Hi everyone, and welcome to TVON. My name is Joanne, and I am here with you live from the TVON studio on our very last show of the week. It is finally Sunday. It feels like it's been so long for me, which means we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming on next Wednesday, which is going to be our very first show for every new Wednesday. So mark your calendars for that, and hopefully Lauren will be back with you for that as well. We've still got a great lineup for you today, so we've got a lot of brand new, more throwbacks. I feel like I've been doing a lot of throwbacks these last couple days, so if you've missed any of that, you can always catch up on our shows on our broadcast channels on YouTube, Facebook, and our website. We keep all of our recorded shows there. And of course, please tune in and let's get started, shall we? Our very first item of the day, we have this brand new aquamarine ring. Very excited about that. I also should mention that, continue to give Lauren all your well wishes. We want to hope she makes a speedy recovery, especially since we have such a big event coming up in a couple days' time. This is brand new today. This is going to be item number 1130351. This is going to be our 77-point pear-shaped aquamarine. I'm so surprised that this is an aquamarine. I actually had to ask and double check and make sure this was correct, because look at how saturated that stone is. And of course, you've got those 8 points in diamonds in that sort of swirl mounting around it. I keep saying every time we have one of these swirl rings, we've had many iterations of it in these last couple months. And that's starting to blur together, but I don't think we've ever had two that were exactly the same, and this is no exception. Set in the platinum, yes, I feel like this is such a great little everyday designer piece. Like I said, all of these sort of swirl mountings, they're never quite the same. Sometimes they have one loop, sometimes they have two, sometimes they don't really loop at all. And of course, the shapes of the stones always tend to vary. Now, this one for an aquamarine of this vibrancy and with all that labor that it takes to create something so intricate and delicate and all that, it was supposed to go out for $49.99, but it is our first item of my last show before I can go back on my 2-year hiatus, hopefully. That's hopefully on my end. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, $49.99. It is not going to be today, yes. We also get a lot more viewers on Sunday, so I'm sure we'll get many more of those people asking why it's me and not Lauren, but don't worry, she'll be back with you on April 1st, so mark your calendars for that. $49.99, it is not going to be today. It's not going to be $39.99 or even $29.99 or even $1,999 for our very first item of the day. Yeah, true story, I did have to double check with management to make sure that we didn't misprint a bag or get an item wrong. This is probably the most saturated aquamarine I've seen here at TVON. That's saying something. We've had some very good aquas on this show in the last however many years we've been on here, over 10, I guess. I feel like that anniversary, yeah, I think we're coming up on 12 years actually. That we should really keep track of that date. But $19.99, it's not going to be $18.88 or even $1,777 for this one-of-a-kind aqua ring. Yeah, brand new today. I feel like starting the show with something brand new is always a great way to start. $17.77 is not. Let's just make it $1,399 for our very first item, and yeah, that is a steal. It's very easy to mistake that for something else. I mean, it's so saturated and vibrant, which you don't usually see with aquas, at least not of this size. Usually the smaller you go, the more desaturated they look. This one is not even a carat, and it's already it's a very clear blue tone. So yeah, brand new today. But yes, I did mention we have quite a bit of items where they've been hiding out in our vault for quite some time. I did bring out a couple of gem strings yesterday, which I think one of them is still here. So if you were interested, you could always call in and check on availability, as you can with everything we ever show here. And I do have one more today if perhaps those two weren't up your alley. We do have a Paraiba gems ring today. If you would like to see it, we can go ahead and show that later in the show as well. And of course, if anyone has any special requests, you can always email us, you can always call us, or you can always comment on our YouTube or Facebook live stream. That's a great function that I know many of our viewers like to use. All right, $13.99 for this ring. Let's move on. I mean, it's my last day, hopefully, up here. And I feel like I got to get through as many pieces as I possibly can. At least that's what I think management wants. Hopefully we can get through. Maybe we can we could start a counter and see if I can get a record high number of items in a single show. This is going to be item number 1111049. Wow, that is an old item number. I don't think I've seen 4 ones together in quite some time. This is our 1 carat 67 round Sleeping Beauty turquoise with 14 points in diamonds, all in this rose gold mounting. And this one, we do have a few of them. So we do have one in yellow gold. I don't think I have it here to show, but we do have it in yellow gold. And there's 2 in the rose gold here that you see on the screen. And yeah, I feel like we don't usually set our turquoises in rose gold, but I do think it looks quite interesting. It's very, yeah, the contrast between the rosy tones of the gold and then the cool blue of the stone is a very, very nice juxtaposition to each other. Now, last time we had this on, I believe we had it for $8.99, but because it has been here for quite some time, and by quite some time, I mean at least 3 years, we really want it to go to a great home. So $8.99, it is not going to be. Yeah, we got to do something special on this. Let's just make this, let's just take a boatload off. Let's just make it $499. $4.99 for 1 lucky caller who wants it in yellow and 2 lucky callers who want it in rose. Yeah, yellow gold would definitely be the more classic way to go. I wouldn't, yeah, if you want something a little bit more modern, a little bit more unique, definitely go with the rose, as you see on the air. I'm like holding it so that it will stay still and you can kind of see what it looks like when it hangs down on the hand. But yeah, that is what that looks like. Let me just show it against the hand so you can see what it looks like when you were actually wearing it on the neckline. If you can see, yeah, that's what it looks like when it drops down. It almost looks like there's a little tie tying the gold together, all forming that veil. It's a very, very cool mounting. I feel like we don't really see this mounting at all except in the turquoise, as you see here. $499 for this one. And back on the wheel we go. Yes. Only 3 of them, and then they are gone forever, at least at this price. If we want to make more, we probably can, but it's not going to be $4.99. It's probably going to be that $8.99 price tag that we had in the very beginning. Okay. Keeping up with the pendant trajectory, I mean, why not? We can start off simple and then get more complicated as we go along. So let's just take that away for now because I'm sure it will go very, very quickly. Next up, we have something that's also been in our inventory for quite some time, although I don't think it's been here for as long, but still at least 3 or 4 years. This is item number 1113088. Again, not a young item number. This has seen its time. This one is our 2 carat 12 round pink zircon in our very classic rabbit ear bail pendant with a single diamond on the top, which is 3 points. And this one is, it does understand the rose gold. With our pink zircons, we usually do keep them in the rose gold, unlike the turquoises. And this is a small pendant. It's not big by any means. It's very everyday wearable, but this color is still there. Usually with pink zircons, they tend to be they might have a little bit more brown or a little bit, the color will look a little bit muted, but this is a true pink, which is not easy to find, especially not easy to see in such a small stone. Again, usually smaller stones, that's when the saturation tends to be harder to find. And we managed to find probably the best 2 carat stone ever in the pink zircon. And this one was also supposed to go out at $8.99, but we really want these pendants to get out of here. So yeah, let's just make it the same price as the turquoise. I mean, keep it easy, smooth and breezy for the first hour. Or actually, you know what? We got to get through all of these pieces today. We don't want to spend too much time on each one of these. So let's just make it $499, just like the turquoise. And yes, does have to stay in the rose gold. And yeah, we've seen this mounting many, many times. We've seen it in our diamonds, both white and yellow. And we've seen it in our tanzanites as well. It's just such a it's a classic for a reason. It's super, super simple, very minimalist, as I have been talking about a lot these last couple days, because that's just something that I usually don't relate to. I am very much a maximalist, but not when it comes to jewelry. Sometimes I don't like that much frills and fuss when it comes to my jewelry, especially if I'm just out and about on a regular day basis. I mean, I'm just wearing the tiniest huggy hoops today in my first piercing and just some studs in my second. I did not go all out with my own personal bling today. And hopefully this will encourage me to be more of a minimalist in the future. All right, speaking of things with old pricing, because both of these are old pricing with those old item numbers, we really should update those prices as well as the item numbers. But let's just keep it ongoing with the throwback. So let's take away this pendant for right now. And next up we have something that I don't think many of you have seen. It hasn't been on the air in quite some time. But if you can't already tell, this is a bracelet, an Alexandrite and diamond bracelet at that. This is going to be item number 1123504. So this one hasn't been in our vaults as long as those two pendants, but it has been here for quite some time. I apologize. And this one I can actually zoom out because it will actually stand mostly on its own, but of course it looks best when it's worn on your hand, or your wrist, I should say. This is going to be our bracelet with 72 points in Alexandrites, round Alexandrites. As you can see, they're alternating. So it looks like this bracelet is made up of a bunch of gold hearts, and then there's alternating between Alexandrites and diamonds. So 72 points in round Alexandrites, all color change, of course, and 69 points in white diamonds in between every pair. And yeah, this one, we definitely didn't update pricing, because the price I have on my bag currently is $79.99, which if we were to make this today, that would not be the price for just the gold alone. This is an 18 karat white gold, not platinum, not anything like that. And with what we know about gold prices today, yeah, that would go, at that price, they should go out the door easy with today's pricing. But this is another big mistake piece, as in it's a mistake we're going to give it to you at this price, because we're not going to do $79.99. And this mounting is also something that we have not seen here at TVON before. I think this is the only bracelet we've had with these sort of solid hearts. I think we have others with like little bows or hearts where they're more empty space in between, but this is the first one we've had with these solid hearts. And I think it's such a cool look. Even though it's solid, it has some substantial presence to it, and yet it's not heavy at all. And if you know me at all, I love my bracelets. I love them more than bangles, and I think they're just so much easier to wear. I love the way they move, how much fluidity it has. It's so versatile, and you don't have to worry about them getting ripped off your arm or blocking you when you're just trying to lay your hand on a desk, which I happen to do a lot because I'm always at the computer. Yeah, so bracelets are the way to go for me. And this one is not going to be $79.99. It's not even going to be $59.99 or even $39.99. We just keep taking $2,000 off that price tag. And for that price, just for the gold alone, you should be getting it at that price. But you get diamonds and Alexandrites, and that's not even what we want to go out for. And I can go ahead and try it on for you in just a moment. I would just have to undo that clasp there. I just clasped it just now, just so it's easier to display on the wheel. But $39.99 is not going to be, it's not even going to be $29.99 or even $28.88 or even $27.77. Yeah, someone is going to get in big trouble because there's a brand new markdown on this from the old pricing. It really should have a brand new mark up, not a markdown. $27.77. It is not going to be. Let's just make it $2,499. $24.99 for this bracelet that should be that price at least half a decade ago. 5 years ago, that should be the price that it should have gone. So it definitely should go out today. Yeah, it is Sunday today. It does feel like it's the equivalent of TVON's equivalent of a Friday. So I'm very excited to just go home and relax for the next couple days. Yeah, it is. There's a very different, exciting energy here in the studio. Okay. Alexandrite bracelet, huh? I don't think we've ever had an Alexandrite bracelet. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually if we have however many matching existing stones, we just like to turn them all into tiny little rings or cluster them all and make one big ring. Instead, we turn it into a bracelet, a 7¼ inch bracelet, which is insane. I think there's probably going to be at least 10 Alexandrites in there, which is impressive. So about 7 points each. Okay. Let's keep moving it along. I do have something that is on the newer side. I was supposed to show it a couple days ago, but I guess there were so many exciting new things, I just didn't get a chance to show it, and that's on me, guys. That's my bad. So let's just move the bracelet aside for now and show the one thing I probably should have been focusing on over the last couple days, but I didn't, because look at that. Just the detailing, the embossment, I don't know the word, but yeah, that is spectacular. This is going to be item number 1130476. This is our freeform Boulder opal pendant set in the platinum and 18 karat gold, if you can tell. The prongs and the prongs on the stone and the sapphires are all in yellow gold. So it's an 8 karat 08 freeform opal for that one in the middle there, with 72 points in all those multicolor sapphires. So you see the blue, the pink, the purples, 72 points of those sapphires there. And then in addition, you have 12 points in diamonds, just sort of framing the scroll work. It's not really scroll work. What do you call this? I'm not even sure. You know, my father is in the woodworking business, and it's reminding me of like those crown moldings on as finishing in interior design. That's what I kept thinking of. So it's not, let's just call it crown molding, because I can't think of what else it could possibly be. But yeah, 8 karat 08 on that, a fantastic black opal. Look at that. It looks like it's just someone took red paint and green paint on a palette and just started swirling them together. It looks very, very intentional, which is not true unless you're talking about Mother Nature. It's probably intentional through the earth, but not by any human's design. This one, for an 8 karat 08 freeform, we were supposed to let it go out for $89.99 for a pendant of this size, because this is not a small pendant. I mean, 8 karat stone alone, and then you have so much platinum on top and bottom of it. And then in addition, you have all those multicolor sapphires, which are no slouch, by the way. Look at the saturation of each and every one of those stones. You have true blues there. You have more of a cornflower blue or a more indigo-y purple, light indigo, I should say. And then pinks. They are very much highlighting the color of that stone. And it's just, this is a very, very intentional piece of art, I would say. And $89.99, it is not going to be $89.99 or $79.99 or even $69.99. Let me just show it against the hand, because I feel like this is such a cool little pendant. I say little, it's not little as in small, it's little as in cute. Not little in size, little in appearance. Not appearance, what am I trying to say? Vibes, it's vibes. And I want to say this is about maybe 2 inches. Yeah, it looks like about 2 inches from top to bottom, but I'll go ahead and measure it in a moment because, yeah, we got to give you all the facts. $69.99, and even from a distance, you can really see the glow of the reds and the greens. They're just so, so cool. It looks like, it really does look like one side was very intentionally red, one side's very intentionally green-blue. And yeah, even from a distance, you can also see those sparkles of the sapphires. But yeah, $69.99 is not going to be for this one. It's not going to be $69 or $59 or $49.99. Back on the wheel it goes. And I guess it is its brand new debut today. It really should have been here a couple days ago. But conflict in scheduling, you know how it is. And $49.99 is not, $39.99 it is not even going to be $2,999 for this one-of-a-kind pendant. Let's just make it $1,999 for one color only. And yeah, this has also a pretty big bail. If you want to wear this with the diamond by yard, I say go ahead. It will definitely fit even the largest of your diamond by yards. I think even if you have like the really long one, the longest one we had is the 36-inch, the one you can double up and wear. Yeah, if you wanted to double up your diamond by yard and just have this on one dragging down while the other one's more like sitting as a collar, you could definitely do that. It would fit both of them. This is a very, very cool pendant. Black opal. Yeah, we have had a lot of crystal opals in the last couple of days. Not so much the black opals. I think the only one I had was early in the show on Thursday. But we did have a variety of other opals. We had our faceted crystal opals. They made their debut over this week, so very, very exciting. And of course, how could I forget, the biggest debut of them all was our red beryls. It was to start off our new week Wednesday. So yeah, if you're interested in either of those, you can always call in and inquire about them. I feel like you guys probably are a little bit tired of me harping on and on about those red beryls, so I didn't bring any today, but if you would like to see them, we can go ahead and have someone bring them out. That's no biggie. $19.99 for this one. Okay. Moving on, because got a lot to get through for our very last day together. Okay. Moving on, and actually, you know what? This is something I'm just gonna flash for right now because I don't think we ever had one, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. I just want to mention that it's here. Maybe I'll just keep mentioning it throughout the show, hoping someone will ask about it because I'm sure you will. So let's take this away for right now, and I'm just gonna flash this. So, because look at that. We had a bracelet already. This one? The bracelet? The pendant. Okay, great. The pendant is sold. I thought you meant the bracelet. I was like, I didn't even show it yet. I don't think it's ever been up here in the last, at least year. And this one sold? Anyways, I'm sure it will, but this is you know what? Let's just give the item number. This is item number 1126478. This is an 8-carat 40, yeah, 8-carat 49. Sorry, the bag is a bit faded. This is an old item. It is an 8-carat 49 oval Paraiba bracelet. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. We're just gonna give some stats just in case anyone wants to know. Yeah, old item number 1126478. Yeah, very, very old item. 8-carat 49 total weight in the oval Paraibas, and you're getting, looks like 10 of them. Yeah, 10 Paraibas. We really should not have done this. Should have replaced that with like tanzanites or something. What? I don't know what. Yeah. And of course, in addition to that, you got 5-carat 20 in white diamonds. So this is truly a museum level piece, and to match any of your bracelets out there, I just thought I'd bring it out and just show it. Just tease you a little bit with it, if you will. Because I love it. And then again, similar to the black opal from earlier, it's something I should have shown flashed a couple days ago. But I kind of forgot, which is hard to believe because this is such a magnificent bracelet. So yeah, this is something that we wish we could do a million of. I'm sure everyone wishes they can do a million of, if anything, just to be able to take the stones out and sell them at a ridiculously high price at over, what is it going for now? $8,000, $9,000 a carat, which is crazy. Because there's 10 of them, each one of those stones is just going a little bit under a carat, which, you know, would fetch a quite a pretty penny in the jewelry world. But yeah, I thought we'd just flash it in there before we get to our very first wheel of the day. So yeah, if you would like to ask about this one, you can always call in. But yeah, let's move on for right now. I don't want to spend that much time on it. So yeah, let's just start with it's our first 30 minutes of the show has come. So yeah, let's do our very first wheel. I mean, these last couple days when I've had wheels, they've been slightly, I'm not very good at doing wheels because I'm not a big multitasker, but I thought we'd give it a shot again today. We're learning from our mistakes. We're whittling down from 5 to 6 items to 3 or 4. So hopefully it'll be a bit easier to manage. So this wheel is actually going to be all brand new. It's our brand new wheel. Sometimes the deal with wheels is that's when we like to do our best deals. So that's usually when they are comprised of items that have been here for quite some time that we've given new markdowns. That's usually what wheels are. But this one is actually made up of 3 items we have never seen before. And it's a pretty good lineup, if I do say so myself. First up, you got that pear-shaped ruby. That's over half a carat. It's 55 points. With 18 points in diamonds above that pear shape there in that point. You've got that blue sapphire, oval blue sapphire with that sort of comet flower. I don't know, it kind of looks like there's a bunch of comets, or like it looks like in cartoons when you're trying to show a sphere is moving, you draw like the little, it tapers at the end. It's like a cartoon rotation sort of thing. I don't know. I used to try to animate things. I'm not very good at it, but you know, that's what that would be. This is going to be our 95 points, so almost a full carat. 95 points in that oval blue sapphire with 53 points in diamonds around that as well. And last but certainly not least, we have that diamond ring in the center there. 77 points in just the pear shape. Sorry, I should clarify. So you get 5 pear shapes, and then you get 3 rounds, which are 9 points. So a little over 8, so you get 86 points total weight in diamond. So almost a carat as well. And each one of these rings are supposed to be valued at over $5,000. Actually, many of them, but 2 of them are actually close to 55. Let's just say over 5,000. Each one of them. And they are all set in the platinum except for that sapphire. That sapphire is actually set in 18 karat gold. So, and they do have to stay that way, but that's great because sapphires and rubies, we just wanted to make sure they all could color match with each other. They all match, which is wonderful. And we just didn't want to do something super, super classic. I mean, rubies and sapphires is what I think of when I think of classic stones. They're not something super out there that only experienced gemologists will know. I mean, everyone knows. You go to anyone in the street, you can ask, do you know what a sapphire is? Do you know what a ruby is? And chances are they'll say yes. And we're not going to do $5,000 on our debut trio today. Not going to be $5,000 or $4,000 or even $3,000 for I mean, they're all breaking half a carat, and many of them are getting very, very close to that 1 carat mark. Especially that sapphire there. That is 95 points in the sapphire, which I think we usually, once they break 1 carat, they usually start getting into the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 range. At least that's just here at TVON. So this is about to be a fantastic deal, and we're not even asking $3,000 for any single one of these. $3,000, it's not even going to be $2,000, not even going to be $1,999, and it looks like we already have a couple people patiently waiting, so yeah, very excited to have you guys here. And I can go ahead and try that on. Yeah, sure. Let's try on that sapphire first. I mean, it is the largest of the bunch. We gotta start big and then downsize, right? At least that's what my mother is always telling me. $13.99 is not, and look at that sapphire. It is and it's like matching my outfit. It's a very vibrant blue to match my very vibrant suit vest set. And $19.99 is not $18.88. It is not going to be, it's not even going to be $17.77. Oh my goodness, what is going on? It's only 30 minutes into the show and I can already hear my voice splintering. That's how you know it's TVON Friday for us. It's Sunday, but it's TVON's Friday. And back on the wheel it goes, $17.77. It is not going to be for these brand new rings. We really should not be doing this on its very first debut because there's nowhere to go from here but up. $17.77 is not. Let's just make it $1,399. Can you tell that we really want these to get out to you? We really want to bring you the great deals. $13.99 for any single one of these. All of them have to stay as they are. But for my first at the 30-minute mark, we got to do something kind of crazy. For my first 30-minute mark, at least. This is a fantastic, spectacular deal. Yeah. You can get all three of those for under $5,000, which is crazy. That sapphire alone should be going for that price, which it might be after today. But no, for today only, we can get all of them for less than $5,000. Are you guys waiting for something? Cool. Because I see people, they keep checking the monitors, but they're not saying anything. So I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong or it's something like there's. Oh, hello, Allison. I didn't know you were coming today. Thank you for being here. Yeah, were you surprised to see me up here? Yeah, everyone is. Every single day this week. The first, I want to say 30 minutes, there's always people calling, why is there that brown-haired lady on the screen? It's okay. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled program next week, hopefully. Just send your good wishes Lauren's way, and then we can get there faster. All right. Let's give it a minute on this one. I don't want to hang on it too long, you know. My last show of the week, hopefully my last show for the next 2 years, we want to get through as many pieces as we possibly can. So yeah, $13.99 for any single one of those. That ruby is fantastic as well. Of course I can try it on for you. It is a little bit small, so I'm going to have to put it on my pinky, but that's okay. Look at that. Honestly, I don't love it when I have to wear rings on my pinky, but that is one where I could arguably say it would look fantastic as a pinky ring. Yeah, I would love this look as a pinky ring. The way it's almost like a wonder ring effect, and it just sort of swoops up. I think it just looks great. Of course, if you don't want to wear it as a pinky ring, I'm not saying you can't size it. You definitely get the size you want to wear on the finger you want to wear it on. But this is a great piece. And that is such a vibrant ruby and very, very clean if you look through the monitor. Back on the wheel it goes. All right, no one on the wheel, but that's okay. We can move it on. All right, next up. Yeah. Thank you so much. Looks like the pink zircon from the beginning of the show sold. We also have a different pink zircon pendant that's very much on the opposite side of the spectrum coming up later today, so I'll be happy to show that in a bit as well. Okay. Let's move it on from the wheel. Next up, we have been really into our radiant cut Kunzites lately, and I thought I'd bring another one today because look at this one. It's very, very similar to the ones we've had in the last couple days, but it's not quite the same. This is going to be item number 11308885, also brand new. Can you tell, I feel like we're slowly pivoting from the emerald cut and asher cuts to the radiant cut, which, I feel like is the right move. We're seeing those iconic blades of light through that stone. And this is a little bit smaller than the one we had yesterday. This is a 6-carat 89. And with 66 points in round diamonds in that very simple single halo and that almost it's almost imperceptible, but it is a split shank. Sometimes we have split shanks that go super, super wide and you can tell there's a very distinct V. This is like it changed its mind and decided to be a split shank at the very last second, which I think it does provide, it almost looks like you're just wearing two very simple band rings. And yeah, that iconic radiant cut, you see those blades of light that I keep harping on about. And it's just a very, very, it's honestly, I don't want to say anything is right or wrong, because when it comes to design or when it comes to what you like to wear, and just design choices, there is no right or wrong. It's always based on one's personal preference or opinion, but this is, in my opinion, the best way to cut a kunzite. I just love the way it flashes and sparkles in the distance, which I will show you when I try it on. But let's just get down to what you guys really want to know. Let's get down to the price first. I mean, that is what's important, because I can talk on and on and on about it, but if it's at an unattainable price, then there really is no point. So this one was supposed to go out at $79.99. I mean, the large one we had yesterday, I think, was very, very similar to that price, and this one, due to the color, you know, it's supposed to go out at a similar range, but we're gonna do something very special for our limited viewers today. $79.99, it is not going to be on today's show. Oh my goodness, and this one is in the white gold, and it does have to stay in the white gold. Usually with kunzites, that is the way it goes. We just think that white gold with the kunzites is probably the best. Usually with yellow golds, they tend to look, it just makes the color not look as true to itself. But that's okay. $79.99, it is not going to be, it's not even going to be half of $79.99. It's not even going to be $39.99 today. Oh my goodness. $39.99. We're doing crazy things. Let me try it on. Yeah, we're doing insane things with our kunzite pendants rings. And as you see from the distance, this is what I'm talking about how it sparkles. It just looks so much, it looks so different from the emerald or azure cuts. And in theory, they are quite similar. They're all variations of the octagonal cut, but it's just the way that they're faceted in the back. And this is very, very exceptional. Look at, as I'm moving my hand, you can see the light flashing through like tiny little sparks throughout that stone, versus if it were an emerald or an azure cut, it's usually more like planes or sheets, which is a look as well. I mean, it's, again, up to everyone's own personal preference, but this is truly an exceptional sparkly stone. I don't think we can find a stone that's a purple that can be as sparkly. I'm trying to think of one. If you can think of one, let me know. But $39.99, it is not going to be, let's just blow it out. We want it to go to a very special color and one color only. Let's just make it $2,999. $29.99 for our 6-carat 89 radiant cut kunzite. Back on the wheel it goes. And unlike the one from yesterday, which was a 10-carat, this is definitely much more wearable for the average person, and by average, I mean average-sized hand person, because it's just not huge. Once it breaks that 8-carat mark, it kind of gets really too big to wear for every single day. This is definitely more wearable, at least for someone like me who has very short fingers, or not even short fingers. It's just the distance from knuckle to knuckle is not as great. So something like this is just a lot easier to wear on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. We got to think about that when we are purchasing our jewelry. I think not about just if it fits my aesthetic, but if it fits my lifestyle. If it's not something that I can wear every single day, I might think twice about purchasing it, or I might have to think about, so why am I really getting this? If it's something I can wear every day, then it's a little bit of an easier decision to make. Of course, people buy jewelry for different reasons as well. I know I have known quite a few customers who call and let me know that they've purchased something just to put it in a safe because they just want to be able to see it every couple weeks. They don't want to wear it on their hands, which is fine. It's great. But this is definitely a ring that's meant to be worn. All right. Moving along, and because we seem to be a fan of these designer style pendants, I have another one for you. So let's move away from this for a while and look at that. Ooh, it's so big it doesn't even want to stay in frame. So let's set that down for a second. This is going to be item number 1123681. So this is also newer today, but this is actually a pendant and a brooch. It's not just a pendant. So if you decide to wear it on a chain, it would be a pendant. If you want to wear it on your lapel, it would be a brooch. So very, very cool. And it is, oh, it's still not in frame. Oh my goodness, this is such a large piece. This is our 2K 18 oval Rubellite tourmaline pendant slash brooch. So in the center it is an oval, but it might look like a floral to you because, oh my goodness, I should really be showing it to you while I'm talking about this. It might look like a floral to you because the inside of that stone, that floral mounting, it's all mirror finished gold, so it's actually reflecting the light of the stone, giving it the illusion of a 5-petaled flower. And then to build off that motif, you have all those membranes of the floral petals, and then you have multicolored diamonds all throughout. You have 28 points in, actually not multicolored diamonds, that's my bad. It's yellow sapphires and white diamonds. So one color of diamonds, one color of sapphires. So it's a very exceptional pendant, very similar to our black opal pendant that did go earlier. It is very, I feel like they're not the same, definitely, but they kind of give the same organic feel. Now, this one has been here for quite some time. This is an older item number, and it was supposed to, last time we had it on here, I think it was out here for $59.99. But it did get a brand new markdown today. And obviously because it's so designer, we wish we could remake this, especially with gold prices today, we cannot. So it does have to stay in the 18 karat white. But we're not gonna, because there's only one, it does have to go to a great home, and $59.99 it is not going to be. It's not even going to be $49.99 or even $39.99. And this is, again, not a small pendant, very similar to the black opal. It's about 1.5 inches from top to bottom. So it's not teeny tiny at all. It is a pretty big pendant, which you kind of have to if you want to also wear it as a brooch. You can't be, there's no point in having a really tiny brooch. This is not teeny tiny at all. And $39.99 it is not going to be today. Not $39 or $29 or even $19.99 for this one-of-kind Rubellite pendant brooch. I just love our floral pieces. There's so many ways you can do a floral, and this is probably one of the more unique florals we've ever had. And let me just show it against the hand so we can get a little size perspective. I mean, you did see how much I had to zoom out of that lens, that frame, right? It is quite, it's quite a big boy here. 1.5 inches from top to bottom, and this is, I'm holding it by the bail, and the bail is fixed. So even if you do wear it as a brooch, but if you wear it as a brooch, you can kind of have the bail facing down. That way it would almost look like it's like the flower is wearing a little tie, or if it's just standing on 2 vines. So the designer really did think this through when creating this piece. It's not even going to be $19.99 or $18.88 or even $1,777. Let's get it out of here. For our very first caller today, let's make it $1,699, $16.99 for one caller only on this Rubellite tourmaline pendant slash brooch. And back on the wheel it goes. Yeah, it is so big. I have to like have my hand out on the very end of the wheel just so I can get it all in frame. It is a spectacular piece. And like I said, not brand new. This is quite a bit of a throwback actually. I don't think we've had this on here in at least 6 months, unless it was by request, but I don't recall. You wish and you wish you can have all these items in your head and just pull it out at any time you need it, but that's just not the case. I wish I had photographic memory like that so I could do it. All right. Ooh. Keeping up, I'm starting to get the shakes in my hands, but that's okay. Keeping up with the floral motif, I do have another pendant that I think is very, very special. I mean, it's also a tourmaline and a floral, so I feel like it's kind of nice to go back to back. So let's take this away for a moment and bring in a bicolor. Wow, look at that. This one is also a bit of a throwback. This one we haven't had in quite some time. This is going to be item number 1127211. Similarly to our previous item, it is a tourmaline, but instead of a Rubellite, this is a bicolor tourmaline, a fancy cut bicolor tourmaline with 6 points in diamond on that flower up top. I think that would be considered a lily, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a botanist. I am terrible at knowing names of plants. But yeah, it kind of fits the same thing. We're having a floral tourmaline moment. Yeah, this is also a very, very special piece, not just because of the design, but if you look at the stone, it is a specialty cut baguette, technically. We say emerald cut, but the steps are very, very small. It almost looks like a baguette with the prongs covering it. And the color of that stone is exceptional. That is a true, true raspberry pink, or not raspberry, what am I trying to say? Watermelon pink with that very, very vibrant spring green. Sometimes with our watermelon tourmalines, they kind of just go from orange to yellowish green. This is very, very much opposite ends of the spectrum, which is what you kind of want in a bicolor tourmaline. You want to see that clear separation of color. And it's also perfectly centered. There's not more of one color versus the other, which is also very difficult to see. And the bail is technically up at where I had my tweezers, so up by the flower. But if you want, there are openings all across the side of the back of the pendant. So if you want to wear it with the flower facing down, you can as well. So very versatile. And if you want to be atypical, you can also wear it east to west. There is, yes, you can fit a chain through the lengthwise of the pendant. So if you want to wear it with the flower facing right or left, you can do that as well. Almost like it's like a tag. Yeah. Thank you. Yellow gold. Okay, so the 2 rose gold turquoise pendants are still here, but the yellow gold is gone. So only pink and blues for you, for the rest of you. And for this exceptional bicolor tourmaline, it was supposed to go out for $69.99 as well, but it also did get a brand new markdown. Oh, and I keep talking about the stone and the color. I didn't even mention the size. 10 karat 87. We don't have any more bicolors that are that size, I think. We got rid of all of them, I believe, around 3 years ago. There was a bit of a bicolor tourmaline craze, and all of them did go. This is probably the last one we have that's this size. And we're not even going to do $69.99 on it. $69.99. It is not going to be. It's not going to be $59.99 or $49.99. Or even $3,999 for our one-of-a-kind lily bicolor tourmaline. I'm just going to call it a lily. I don't know what else flower it could be. Yeah. $39.99 it is not. And yeah, 1 and a carat, one and a quarter. I almost said 1 and a carat. 1 1/4 inch long top to bottom. So again, not a small pendant by any means. It's almost the same length as that flower we had, but of course it is that sort of longer vertically style. So if you do happen to wear it north-south, it does sort of elongates the décolleté area. It's a fantastic, it's one of those illusion pieces, I like to think of it as. And it's not going to be $39.99 or even $29.99. Bit of our throwback Sunday today. Let's just make it $2,699. Also old pricing. I feel like every time I see an old bag, I have to mention that this is old pricing. Markdowns from old pricing are truly where the real deals are at. $26.99 for something that, with today's gold prices, probably should be at least double. $26.99. And let me just show this against the hand for you so we can see what kind of size we're talking about. Yeah, 1.5 inches, and even because of the way it's cut with that concave in the facets, You can really see, it almost looks like a LED light show almost. If you have all those bulbs, it looks like there's little bulbs within the stone that light up every time you move. It is very, very cool. It's like just wearing LEDs on your neckline at all times. Yeah, I'm just moving very, very slowly so you can see what I'm talking about with like the dots of different hues of the greens to the blue greens to the pinks. It is truly a very, very cool stone. We could have gone super, super simple with this and given you a single halo, but with the flower, it just really adds something special. Back on the wheel it goes. $26.99. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, we can also bring back some more of our new news because we still got a lot of those. We can't only show the things that we've had here that's been in our inventory for years and years and years. We gotta always bring the new. So yeah, let's bring the next one out, which our diamond rings have been quite popular in these last couple days, so I'm sure today will be no different. Also brand new today, we have this beauty. This is item number 1130445. This is our half carat total weight diamond ring. Now, we've had many different one-of-a-kind diamond rings in these last few days. We've had a 3 carat, we've had a 1 carat, and now, I guess, to round it all together, we had to start off big and end it not small, but, you know, less. This is gonna be 50 points total weight, set in the 18 karat gold, and they didn't actually differentiate between the center stone and the side stones. So we're just gonna say half a carat total for everything. And yeah, set in the 18 karat gold, this is a one of a kind, and this is going to be a very special deal for one of you, as with all of our diamond rings these last couple days. So yeah, grab it while you can, because every single time I've had one of these diamond rings, they've gone out very, very quickly. We've had that 3 carat floral ring on Friday. Yesterday we had that, or was it Friday? My days are getting mixed up. We had a 3 stone, 1 carat one of these days. I can't remember. And today we have a half carat. So we kind of have a carat weight for every shopper here. And for this one, it was supposed to go out at $39.99. But we gotta bring the deals. And this is just a classic center round, and then you have the halo around it. And I wouldn't classify this as a bridge. I don't know what I would call this mounting really. It almost looks like a bridge, but the diamonds in the middle don't go under. So yeah, it's just a classic band with 3 rows of diamonds on either side. But that sounds so boring. We should come up with a name for bridge adjacent. And $39.99, it is not going to be at $29.99 or even $19.99. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be one color only today. And let me try it on the hand for you. Yeah, it's too small on my ring finger. Let's try it on my pinky. I just realized how tiny it is. $19.99, it is not. For one color only, blow it out. We want to make this a quick and easy, get it out of here. $999 for one lucky color. I believe if you put it in perspective, I think our 1 row or one of our wonder rings is about 40 points. I can't remember which one. I believe that one was going for about $11.99 at today's prices. So half a carat for $9.99. This is going to be a steal for only one of you. $999. And back on the wheel it goes. As a reminder, white gold only, please, on this one. But of course you can get any gold color you want. That's still not not gold color, any size you want. That's still not a problem. My Freudian slips are becoming more and more frequent. It's not even an hour yet. Okay. Let's keep it moving, shall we? Something that I haven't seen before, at least with my own eyes. I think I've seen it online, maybe? I don't know. I mean, by online, I mean our website, not online just on the internet. But I don't think I've actually seen these, so I'm very happy to bring this next item out to you. Let's move on from this one really quickly. And let's bring out, ooh, we got some gold quartz earrings and studs, no less. Wow, look at those. Ooh. In probably one of my current favorite stud mountings, I love the baguette and round mix. I think it's so elegant. This is going to be item number 112547. Yeah. Thank you. I knew that one would go quickly. Diamond ring is gone. This is going to be, sorry, did I give the item number already? 112547. If I didn't, I apologize. This is our 6 carat 30 round golden quartz with 50 points in round and baguette diamonds, which, like I said, it's probably one of our, we've had quite a few of them, but this is one of my favorite mountings in the studs as of late. We've had quite a few in different stones, but I think there's just something so fascinating about doing the rounds and baguettes together. You really have that variety of sparkle and shine. And gold quartz, normally with earrings, we like to find 2 pieces that are identical. I mean, that's usually how earrings go. But gold quartz, that would be near impossible. But we found 2 where the patterns complement each other beautifully. There's a pretty even dispersion between gold and quartz in both of them. I mean, the pattern won't match identically, but you know Mother Nature, she doesn't like to do that with these. And yeah, for one person only, we also rarely have golden quartz earrings. When we do, they're usually really, really big. They're big ovals or big pear shapes, and they're really flat. These are kind of the true button style. So if you've been looking for gold quartz earrings that are more on the subtle side, maybe you want to be able to wear them all the time instead of just on your museum dates or anything super, super formal, this would be the way to go. And this one was supposed to go out at $79.99, but we're not gonna do that price on these today. My goodness, for my very last item, probably of the hour, I was gonna say of the show, but that's not true. We're a long ways to go. Last item of the hour, $79.99 is not going to be the price for this one today, or even $59.99. Or even $39.99. $39.99, we should really just start weighing these and start putting gram weights up here, just so you can see how much gold is, not just from the earrings itself, but from the stones. I mean, usually that's also the reason we don't usually do gram weights, is because we do sizing, and sizing would affect gold weight a lot. And also, by the time we think to weigh them, the stone's already in them, so it wouldn't be super accurate. But this one, I feel like we could. They're earrings, so that means no sizing needed, and there's gold in the stone, so that should count towards how much the value would be. And it's not going to be $39.99 or even $29.99. Let me just show one against the hand so we can get a good idea of how big they are. Like I said, they're studs. They're not teeny tiny, but they are big enough you can see the pattern of the gold in the quartz. But they're still very everyday wearable, and of course you have those round and baguettes sparkling like crazy. Look at that one just winking in the light, almost like it's one of those overhead stadium lights. Yeah, that's what that is doing. $29.99 is not. Let's just make it $1,999. $19.99 for our gold quartz earrings, and back on the wheel they go. Oh, if I can get it to stay. Yeah. $19.99. And they look like they're about ½ an inch, maybe 3/8. Yeah, no, they're ½ an inch. They're ½ an inch from top to bottom. So, like I said, not teeny tiny studs, but still very wearable, at least compared to our drops that are like 2 inches. Okay. Next up, like I said, for my last show of today, I'm just going to keep things rolling because we got a lot to get through. I want to show as many pieces as I possibly can in the next 2 hours. So yeah, let me just say thank you guys for being here with me for the first hour of today's show. We still have a lot of great coming up, but of course, if you miss anything today, all of our live shows are recorded at tvon.com and Facebook as well as YouTube. And of course, if you want to just sort of window shop, maybe you don't want to sit through a 3-hour recording, you can always check out tvon.com. Most of our items are usually posted there after the show. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. You can shop from your bathroom if you wanted to, or in your car, anywhere you get internet. So back on the wheel we go. We got this gold quartz still waiting here. And yeah, and also if you guys have any requests from maybe a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe 6 months ago, because we do have requesters who request things from years and years ago, and we do keep records of most of them. So just double check with your operator. We can see if we can bring it out, maybe do some deals. That's what the shows are for. Okay. Let's move it along. Next up, another sort of throwback. This is a stone that I have not seen in quite some time, but I know were very popular the last time I was up here, which was, like I said, about 2 years ago, is going to be our cat's eye indicolite. Yeah, we used to have a cat's eye indicolite almost probably one every show for about 2 or 3 months, but since then, most of them have gone, so we're very lucky to be able to still have this one. This is item number 1120272, so that should be a good indicator of how long ago this was. This is our 3.58 oval cat's eye indicolite with 1.1 carats in diamonds in that single halo and that split shank all around it. And this is probably, it's not our biggest cat's eye indicolite we've ever had, but it's probably the one with one of the most prominent cat's eyes, as you can see as it's twisting away on that wheel. This one, it has very, very strong, that cat's eye phenomenon is very, very strong, and it goes throughout the entire surface of that stone. And as one of the last ones we have, we are definitely going to do a great deal on this one because all of its other friends are gone. It's about time it finds its forever home as well. And I remember used to saying that cat's eye indicolite always reminded me of candy because of not just the cat's eye being vertical, but when it turns, it almost looks like it has the sugar crystallization horizontally. I am more of a home cook, so I do a lot of these sort of experimentation with sugar and things like that at home. So yeah, and it's still true. It does still remind me of candy, really, cat's eye indicolite. So don't make that mistake and don't eat it. That is a very expensive mistake to make, I would say. But yeah. This one's supposed to go out at $99.99, but that is not going to be our price today. And this one is in the yellow gold. You can change it. This is one of the few items that I've had today that are one of a kind that you can change the gold color. You can change it to yellow gold or it isn't yellow gold. I meant white gold. You can change it to white gold if you'd like. You can change it to rose gold if you would like. $99.99 it is not going to be, however. It's not even going to be half of $99.99. It's not even going to be $49.99. On this Sunday morning, evening, what time is it? I don't even know where I am. $49.99 it is not. Yeah, this really needs to go out at this low price that I'm about to do. But not at $49 or $39 or even $2,999 for 3.5 carat. This is a fantastic deal already, but we're not stopping there. Let me go ahead and try it on for you. And look at that. On the hand, I said this is probably one of the ones with the most prominent cat's eye, and that is true. Look at it from a distance. You can still very, very clearly see that it's a cat's eye. That's kind of the beauty about having a cat's eye that's large. It's a lot easier to see when it has this sort of light phenomenon, whether it's cat's eye or a star. Sometimes cat's eyes are typically easier to see, but this one is especially true. As I'm moving my hand, as you can see, the cat's eye is prominent from every single angle. There's not a single part where it just kind of disappears, which does happen sometimes. This is not one of those pieces. And not going to be $29.99. For one color only, let's just make it $2,499. $24.99 for probably one of our last cat's eye indicolites that we will ever have. It's been 2 years since we've had so many, when we've had a lot of them, and we haven't gotten any more since then. So that says a lot. $24.99. Back on the wheel it goes. Yeah, it is definitely starting to feel, my voice is starting to catch up to me. Okay. Moving on from the cat's eye indicolite, we did have a pink zircon pendant earlier that sold today, but I thought I'd bring something that's same yet different. As in, it's the same stone, but on the way opposite side of the spectrum. Now let's take that away. Whereas the first pink zircon pendant I had was truly a minimalist stream, this one is truly a maximalist stream, because look at how large that is. And that one is not going to want to stand on itself, by itself. So I will have to hold it, and we're going to set that down while I readjust the cameras. This is going to be item number 1128417, because look at that. If the pink zircon I had in the beginning of the show was a minimalist, this is truly a maximalist. This is a 32 karat, 3263, sorry, what am I saying? 3263. I just realized I repeated two numbers that weren't meant to be repeated, but that's okay. 3263 cushion pink zircon with 34 points in pink diamonds in that halo around it, and in addition you have 1 carat 04 in white diamonds. Oh, we did not have this one before. I'm shocked. We have never had this giant pink zircon. This is our biggest one to date. We've never had a zircon this large, and of course we decided to put it in a pendant because it is so huge. I don't think anyone would want to wear a ring this size. So pendant is the way to go. As I said, very opposite sides of the spectrum, but in terms of style, but the color is still there. This is still a very true pink zircon. There's no browns in that. It's still that very vibrant, true pink. And it's so gorgeous. And because it is our largest pink zircon to date, let me be clear, again, we decided to add those pink and white diamonds and just, you know, really max out the bling factor. Whereas the other one was just a simple bunny ear bail. This one, you have diamonds on the bail, you have diamonds around it, you have different colored diamonds around it. This is truly not for the faint of heart, not for your everyday wearer. This is for your pink zircon lover who maybe has, I don't know, a wedding coming up. We were talking about weddings again yesterday, and that's like the other fancy event I can think of that you would wear this at. I mean, I would never want to upstage the bride, but this would come in very close danger of that happening. And for a large pink zircon of this size, very difficult to find. I mean, 32 karat 63, anything over 30 carats in any stone is almost impossible to come by, I would say. And yet we found one in the pink zircon. It would be a miracle if we found one in a blue zircon, but we are bringing one in the pink. And for a stone of this size, this quality, going out into anywhere, jewelry district, Hong Kong shows, any trade shows, any retailer, they would ask you for over 60 grand for this piece, easy. That's not even a question. It would be valued at over $60,000, no questions asked. And there's no room for that for anyone else, except for us. Now, the price that I have, that management is asking, that wants me to ask, is $32,999. $32,999. That means you're looking at about $1,000 a carat for this one. And for a stone of this size, which is non-existent apart from this one, that is a pretty fair price, I would say, for just the stone. Not even the diamonds, not even the gold, not even any of that. That's about $1,000 a carat, $32,999, a little bit over $1,000. For when you get to stones of this size, it doesn't get calculated at the same standard as your teeny tiny stones. But that is not going to be our price for this one today. If you are interested in having the largest pink zircon of your life, you can give us a call for the off-air price. Ooh. Yeah, I can see operators shaking their head. Yeah, we did do that classic commercial break jinx thing. Yeah, you can call in for the off-air price for this one. What I can say is that it will be under $20,000. But we really want this to go to one very special collector. So if you, my hand is sliding down because it's like the pendant is dragging my hands down. Hold on one moment. But yes, if you are interested, go ahead and call for the off-air on this one because it is a very special price. It is a very special piece, and we really want to work with you and make sure it goes to the best home possible. So just give us a call and let us know that if you are interested. Okay. That wasn't too bad, was it? Next up, okay, today we've already had everything from sapphires to rubies. We've had all of the classic stones except one. So I thought I'd remedy that right now. So give me 1 second. My goodness, I'm gonna have to set this down. This is not cooperating the way I want it to. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my hands started slipping from the sweat it takes just to hold that pendant in place. It is quite funny to me. All right. Next up, I mentioned we already had all the classic stones today except for this. An emerald. We haven't had an emerald yet. I feel like that was just the missing piece to complete the trifecta. This is going to be item number 112710, and it is a pear-shaped Colombian emerald. This is a 94-point Colombian emerald with 74 points in diamonds all around it in both marquise and rounds, I believe. Yeah, those are all marquise there. I'm trying to see if there's any other shapes, but nope, those are all marquise. They are graduated too, so they're not all the same size marquise. This is a very exceptional piece, and I don't know why we never thought of this before. I mean, emeralds are green, and leaves are green. Why did we never pair the two together? It seems like a no-brainer, and yet it took us this long. It took us this long to finally put 2 and 2 together and make a one heck of a stunning designer, gorgeous piece. Yeah. I don't think we've ever seen a leaf quite like this. We've had leaves or mountings where it looks like it's inferring that it's a leaf, or it's inferring that it's like nature, fresh, that sort of motif. We've never had one quite as anatomically correct. I mean, you see the branches and the membrane stem out, yeah. It's gone? Thank you so much. Any gold color they want if they want to change it on that one, by the way. Looks like one of our last cat's eye tourmalines is gone. And back to emeralds. Yeah, this is a stunning mounting. We have that classic bypass style. And yeah, it looks like this should be in an ad for recycling or something. It just feels very eco-friendly, I would say. And this one was supposed to go out at $79.99, but as with everything, we're doing major blowouts on everything we have today, apparently. And yes, 18 karat white gold. Stunner, stunner. And not to mention, pear-shaped Colombian emeralds, we don't get very many in the pear shapes. Most of the time they're in emerald cuts or ashlar cuts, hence the names of the cutting. It's named after the stone because they like to be formed in that shape. We don't usually get them in the pear shape. It just wastes way too much rough. So if you've been if you've been looking for an emerald, but maybe you're not a huge fan of the emerald cuts, because I've gotten requests in the past always asking if you have any ovals, if you have any rounds, or anything that's not an emerald cut, and usually the answer is no, because they just like to stay in that shape. Well, if you've been waiting for that day, today is that day, because we got one for you. And it's not going to be $79.99 or $69.99 or even $5,999 for our one only, almost 1 carat Colombian emerald. Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic deal of today, and it's probably one of my favorite design. This is my favorite design of today. I don't know if it's my favorite piece, but it's one of the designs that I'm the most gravitate towards. $59.99 it is not. $49.99 it is not. It's not even $3,999 for a 1 carat Colombian emerald. I said 1 carat, 94 points. I rounded up a little bit. But 94 point Colombian emerald at $39.99, it is not going to be. Let's just make it $2,999. One only pear-shaped Colombian emerald ring, bypass ring. Let me try it on for you. I feel like I'm not usually a fan of the pear shapes unless they utilize it in a design like this. When it's used as a part of the overall picture versus just a pear shape in, say, a split shank and single diamond halo, I can appreciate it so much more because it just fits in this picture. This ring wouldn't work with any other shape stone. A marquee maybe, but you know, we don't have any marquee emeralds. So this is just something I feel like it's just meant to be. It's very fitting, and you can tell the designer really thought long and hard about how to set this emerald, and it worked out in their favor. Back on the wheel it goes. If I can get it off my hand, I think it wants to come home with me. Okay. Moving on. I mean, we already had a ruby ring today, so why not bring some ruby earrings, right? We can never go wrong with some more rubies in our lives. So yeah, let's move on from this emerald and bring out some ruby earrings, and once again in those round and baguette, that round and baguette sort of mounting. Let me just see if I can set it down so that it will want to stand, but maybe not. It'll probably want to sit east and west, but the post is on one side, so you can wear it north-south if you'd like. This is item number 1126763. This is our oval Burma ruby studs. They are studs with 3 carat 38 total weight for the center stone, and then all those side diamonds, that's gonna be half a carat total weight. So 25 points each ear, 3 carat 38 for the center stone, which means you have about a carat 70, 1.7 each stone. Sounds about right, a little bit under 170. And yeah, again, another classic stud in a color gemstone. The one we had earlier today, that was the golden quartz. So even though it's a very similar mounting, very, very different types of stones. This is definitely more of that classic look. The gold quartz is for those of you who want something a little bit different, a little bit more artistic mayhaps. This one is definitely for more of your classic stud wearer. And 3 carat 38 studs, usually when we get 1 carat 70s, we like to set them in rings only, because it's so hard to find rubies. There is no more new material, so whatever we gotta use it. But I mean, 2 matching stones we couldn't pass it up. And of course, rubies are one of those naturally included stones, and yet for Burma rubies, because they are from Burma or modern day Myanmar, these are quite clean. They're not super cloudy. I mean, one of them, you just see one of the natural inclusions through the middle of the stone, so it looks cloudier than the other. But placed side to side, disregarding that center one, they're actually still quite clean. You can see through to the back of the stone. And this one was supposed to go out, this pair was supposed to go out at $17,999. That is the price I have on my bag today. And yet, we're gonna do something very, very special on these. They are set in the 18 karat yellow gold, and they do have to stay in the 18 karat yellow gold. We love our rubies in yellow gold. Again, we love how classic and almost crown jewel-esque it looks with the yellow. I think rubies are one of those stones that if you have it in the yellow gold, it's much more of a classic look, versus if you change it to white gold, it looks very modern. I don't think we ever saw, whenever I think of just this yellow gold and rubies, it just reminds me of like 17th century history. And $17,999 is not going to be our price. It's not going to be 50% off of that price. It's not even going to be $99.99. Yeah, this is a stunner of a pair of earrings. And by the way, these are not teeny tiny studs either. They are quite substantial. I mean, a carat and 70 points. That is pretty big. And let me just show it against the hand for you. See, they are not small studs at all. So maybe if you've been looking for a pair of earrings that aren't just tiny button style studs, these would be the ones. The ones. Yeah, and not going to be $89.99. Yeah, one of a kind. We can only do one pair. I feel like I should not even have to say that, but yeah, only one. If you want to match with your bestie, maybe you can just split it in half, have one wear one and the other wear the other. But otherwise, only one pair, and not going to be $89.99. Let's just, one of the greatest deals of today, I would say, because, wow, I should have mentioned this earlier. 1126763, this item number, this is an old item number. That, if it starts with a 6, it's probably from around 2 years ago. So before all of the gold price hike craziness. And $89.99 they're not. Let's just make it $7,999. Brand new markdown for today. $79.99 for Burma ruby earrings. Unheard of for, at least for Burma rubies of this size. Over 1.5 carats each is very, very hard to come by. And it will be harder going forward. Okay. Next up, we still got quite a bit of jewelry to get through, so might as well keep on moving on. Sticking with the, actually, let's switch it up a little bit. We can do more new. We've had quite a bit of old. Let's bring in some of the new. I mentioned earlier today how we debuted the the faceted crystal opals the last couple days. Well, I have one more for you today. I feel like they're really, really excited about them. Why else would we have three in a row? And this is also brand new today. This is item number 1130763. This is going to be smaller than the one we had yesterday. Actually, I think this is the smallest one we've had so far. This is going to be a 3 carat total weight, square cushion faceted crystal opal. Did I mention it's faceted? I apologize. Crystal opals, usually we have them in the cabochon cut, and with the cabochon cut crystal opals, the light reflects differently than the faceted, so we decided to bring something a little bit different. And of course, we can't just have a faceted crystal opal by itself. We got to give it some friends. So we gave it 13 points in diamonds all around that mounting. Yeah. Cabochon crystal opals, they're unique in the fact that the base is usually more of a milky white, and then the light tends to be more like confetti. They flash in and out through the stone as it moves. With the facets, it's almost like the color seems to be suspended, and then they just sort of glow and disappear gradually. And this one is no different. As you can see through the stone, this one has all those little pieces of red that just don't really seem to vary as the stone is moving on the wheel. The colors that move through are the blues and the greens, and they just sort of almost pass on by very, very slowly. And with facets, I feel like it's such a very different look. And of course, cabochons, because they are domed, they tend to sit up higher. So if maybe you're someone who really loved the idea of a crystal opal, but you were afraid that it might bump, it might scratch, it might do any of that, the facets would be the way to go, because they do sit more flush to your hand versus a cabochon. Just putting it out there. And for this particular one, it was supposed to go out for $35.99. That is the price I have in my hand, but $35.99 for we just debuted this a couple days ago. We really want to give these stones a fighting chance. So we're not going to do 35. We're not even going to do 25 or even $15.99. If you've been eyeing our crystal opals, because we do have a lot of fantastic ones, but we've only recently, like literally 2 days ago, started getting the faceted option. And if you've been maybe wanting to just try it out, just to see if you like it, you're not ready to commit to one of the bigger ones yet, this would be the one to go for, because it's not going to be $15.99. It's not going to be $14.99 or $13 or even $12.99 for this one. And good news on this one, you can actually change the gold color. So right now it's in yellow. I think all the ones we've had so far have been yellow gold, but don't hold me to that. I am really terrible at remembering what gold colors things are because I like to see the design. This is a mounting that we've seen quite a bit in the past, so I don't quite remember what the other ones were before now that I keep looking at this one. But you can change it to white if you would like. If you just really want to make sure the colors in the stone stand alone, I would say get it in the white gold. And it's not going to be $12.99 or $11.99 or even $1,099. It looks like we already have a couple people interested, so I don't want to hold them in suspense for too long. Let's just make it $999. Why not? And this is a very classic mounting for us here. You've seen it in, well, we've seen it in amethyst, I know that for sure. We've seen it in ametrine, I know that for sure as well. I'm pretty sure I've also seen it in zircons, I've seen it in tanzanites. Yeah, this mounting is also something, it's honestly quite underrated. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about it, but we have had a variety of different versions of this mounting with different stones, and they do all seem to go over pretty well. It's a very classic setting, and it's also still quite understated. There's not too diamond heavy, yet it's still not just a classic single halo. You know, it has more dimension and fluidity to it than a normal single or double halo. So $999 for one color only on this brand new faceted crystal opal. Okay. Let's move it along, or we can, yeah. Let's move on from this one for now. And we're approaching the halfway point of the show. And my goodness, I did my very best to speed things along, and yet I still feel like I'm falling behind. So that's unfortunate, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's just move aside the opal for now. And next up, another brand new today. I feel like I've been focusing a little bit too much on our older pieces, that I didn't really get our new pieces a chance to enter the spotlight, and I guess that's changing now. This is item number 1130732. It's our 2K39 Trilliant Moonstone, and it's one heck of a moonstone. All the moonstones they've given me these last couple days have been top notch. This is going to be our Trilliant cut, which we don't see too often, 2K39, so you know, not too large, not too tiny, but it's just a great wearable size with 11 points of diamonds. So you get 2 diamonds on either side, so about 5 points each. And of course you got, it's just a very classic way to put, we really want this moonstone to be able to stand on its own, because if you look into that center of that stone, I can already, it's like there's rainbows going off on every single corner. You have your reds, your yellows, you have that sort of golden aura just throughout the surface. You can even see all the purples and the blues just shining on through. This is almost like an animation. It shouldn't really exist in real life, and yet it does, and we have it here. This one was supposed to go out for $59.99, but because it is my first moonstone of the day, I still got a couple coming in later, but this will be the most, I would say, understated of all of them. $59.99 is not going to be, yeah. Sure, why not? We can go ahead and try that one on while we pause on this moonstone for a second. All right, here's the crystal opal facet on the hand. As you can see on the hand, the light looks very, very different. When it was on the wheel, the reds tend to like stay static no matter how you moved it. On the hand, the reds do tend to move a lot more. It almost looks like there's so much more fire throughout the stone. So that's what it looks like on the hand. And I'm gonna just turn it to the side so you can see what I mean. If it were a cabochon, it would dome up quite a bit, but because it's faceted, it does sit slightly more flush. So it won't, it's also harder for the stone to get scratched. It doesn't really get caught on anything. Okay, if that's, looks like, yeah. Okay, and back on the wheel, probably waiting for the Moonstone here. Moonstone was supposed to go out for $59.99, but we're not going to do $59.99 or $49.99 or even $3,999. Very first Moonstone of the day. I do have a couple more coming up, but this is probably going to be, this is going to be the simplest. This is going to be for the minimalists. Everything else does have quite a bit of diamond weight. So not going to be $39 or $29 or even $19.99 for this ring. Trillion cuts. I know we have our die-hard Trillion fans in the audience. Trillion cuts are very, once you approach a Trillion cut, it's almost like you never go back. You only want to wear triangles on your hand, and this one would be a great one to add to your collection. Let's just make it $999. Want to keep it simple, clean and easy. $9.99, lucky $9.99. I wonder if I keep saying it, if it'll become easier to say. $999. And yeah, let's show this one on the hand too. Because maybe perhaps on close-up, it's easy to see the flash, but it doesn't show up far away. But even at a distance, this is not a huge moonstone, and yet you can still see the separation of color throughout the stone. You see the reds, the blues, and the purples, even the greens, as you're moving your hand around. And those two diamonds just are there to highlight the beauty of the moonstone. I mean, that's their only job, right? Yeah, this is a stunner of a moonstone. Back on the wheel they go. All right. I mean, we can also, yeah, this one is gone. But if you are looking for something of a similar size, we can go ahead and double check. Maybe we have one in the back. Yeah, but it looks like a couple of people missed out on that one, so I'm sorry about that. But next up, let's move on. Let's bring it back. We've got purple sapphires as well. This is going to be item number 1128882. This is going to be our 1 carat 22 cushion purple sapphire set in the platinum with 61 points in diamonds in a double halo and a bail. Very, very simple because wowza, look at that stone. That is a true purple stone. That is a gorgeous color. And yeah, older item number 1128882. Yeah, this has been here for quite some time as well. And yet we've never brought it out before. Yeah, 1 carat 22, so definitely not a small stone for a sapphire, especially one with color at that. And you also have pretty good diamond weight. We're breaking half a carat here, so 61 points. You get that double halo, you get it on the bail, and of course it comes with a chain. I mean, with a purple sapphire this rare and this exceptional, we gotta bring out all the stops and keep it. We really want the stone to shine. We don't want to distract from the beauty of stone at all. You've got that true purple vibrancy, and yeah, we're gonna do a great deal on this. This also got a brand new markdown, which is ironic. I say brand new markdown but you've never seen this before, so this will be a new price to you as well. When it was supposed to be up here, it was supposed to go out for $69.99, and no wonder it's still here. I mean, it never even got its moment at $69.99, and it never will, because we're gonna keep bringing down the price. Yeah, $69.99. Yeah, we really should have kept that. I feel like maybe we should do better bookkeeping of when things are actually shown and when perhaps we run out of time and skip over it. But alas, here we are. Because it's not even going to be half of $69.99, it's not even going to be $39.99 or even $2,999 for this one. And let me just show it against the hand so you can see exactly how big of a stone we're talking about. Like I said, usually with our colored sapphires, they tend to be a lot smaller than they are, but this one, it is quite a decent size. So it is very easy to wear, and if you are a purple lover, I know when I have so many friends whose favorite color is purple, and when a purple lover loves purple, they don't really like any other color. They just kind of indoctrinate themselves into the cult of purple. And it's not going to be a $29.99 or $28.88 or even $27.77 for this one only purple sapphire necklace. It looks like we have a request coming up, so we can show that next. Okay, no problem. Let's just make this $19.99. $19.99 for our exceptional purple sapphire pendant. Back on the wheel it goes, because it looks like a couple people missed out on that Moonstone blowout deal. So we got another one for you. $19.99 for the purple sapphire necklace. All right, looks like we're testing phone lines out here. If that is what's happening, I don't really know. It's very weird to be on this side when there's crisis happening in the phone bank, I've got to say. All right. We do have more requests for Moonstone, so let's bring those next. One moment while we get it set up here. Looks like this one is also on the newer side, but actually no, it's not. We've had this one before, but maybe we haven't seen it at this price that I'm going to. This is actually going to be an Asher cut. This is item number 1129943. This is a 2K 06, so this one is a little bit smaller than our Trillion cut from earlier, but not by much. It's about 20-ish points less. And you have 35 points in the halo of diamonds around it. So still very classic, just not in the same way. Instead of the two side accent stones, you kind of get, it's surrounded by accent stones. Also very exceptional color. However, this one definitely has more of the blue-green tones versus the red of the Trillion. So I hope this is what our requester was looking for in the Moonstone, but if not, I'm sure we can find something else. Or if you are open to something bigger, I do have a couple more that I'll probably just show next, because we want to get all of our Moonstones to a great place. And this one was last up here for $29.99, but because we did have so many people that missed out on the Trillion from earlier, we just want to make it up to them. So let's just give it the same price as a Trillion. Let's make it $999. Same exact price. You get more diamond weight, but the stone is the tiniest bit smaller in terms of weight. In terms of size, it's pretty much the same. Let me go ahead and try it on, just so you can have a bit of a reference point. Yeah, it's not, in terms of size, it's almost exactly the same. Oh, and I stand corrected. If you look at the stone at a distance, you can see definitely a lot more of the reds. Close up, that's kind of the beauty of Moonstones. What they look like really close and what they look like from afar are two very different looks. Yeah, from a distance, you can definitely see that really prominent sort of yellow-red glow, versus when it was really close to the camera, you couldn't really see it. So whoever requested it, I hope this is one that you would like instead of the Trillion. I don't think we have any Trillion cuts left. I think maybe that's the issue, but that's okay. $999 for this one as well. Back on the wheel it goes. And the Asher cut is also one between Ashers and Trillion cuts. I feel like those two are probably the most popular cuts here. I mean, aside from the classic, like the round. These two are probably the more, yeah, these two are very popular when it comes in Tanzanites, when it comes in Paraibas, which they rarely ever do. Yeah, those two are very, very exceptional. We might as well just keep it going with the Moonstone theme, because why not? It's my show. Next up, if you're more into the 3-stone style, I do have another one that's a little bit larger and a little bit of a different cut, but it's still quite exceptional. This one's also brand new today, and it's in the radiant cut, and my God, is it radiant. Not just in terms of the shape. Look at the glow on this thing. As soon as I put it on, it's like beaming light into my eyes. This is item number 1130257. This is our 6K 35, so it is a lot bigger than the other two, more than double the size. 6K 35 with 31 points in diamonds. Yeah, the Asher cut. Thank you. So yeah, our two smaller ones sold. So maybe I'm just trying my luck here with a 6K 35. Yes, you get 31 points in trapezoidal. Is that a? Can you turn trapezoid into an adjective? trapezoid diamonds on either side. So this is still the 3-stone style ring, but with the 2 diamonds on either side, they more sort of frame the stone versus sort of just sitting there. And this one is unlike any other moonstone we've had previously. While the other ones you can kind of see through it, this one, the glow is really right at the surface of the ring. If you can see, the yellow and the reds are just right there. As soon as I set it down, you can't really see anything else but the stone. This is truly an attention stealer. It is one that will capture your breath in every angle. For our 6-carat 35, this is one of the larger ones we have. It's not the largest one I have today, but it is the largest one I've shown so far. It was supposed to go out at $99.99, but we want to make sure our moonstones got at a extreme value today. So $99.99 is not going to be our price. And let me go ahead and try this on just so you can see exactly how much of a size difference we're talking here, because it is quite a bit of a size difference, and it is a little bit small on me, so forgive me, but even from this far away, that single center glow is just really trying to take your breath away. And then as you move it, you can see more of what it looks like on the inside. You see more of those yellows and greens and blues, even some of the purples. Yeah, this is an exceptional stone as well. But it's not going to be $99.99 or $89.99 or even $79.99. Back on the wheel, this one goes. We are loving our moonstones lately, and I hope this train never ends, but it probably will eventually. Similar to the cat's eye indicolite, there was a point in time where we had cat's eye indicolites every single night, and now we're lucky if we get to see them once every 3 months. And I have a feeling that will happen to the moonstones in the near future as well. So if you haven't found one you like, just keep your eyes peeled, make your requests. If you have anything specific, you can always call us and let us know. And we'll do our best to get you the moonstone of your dreams before they run out entirely. And it's not going to be $79 or $69 or even $5,999 today. This is brand new. This is brand new today, probably not going to be here for very long. And oh my goodness, because of all that glow, I really need to remember to check the gold. This is 18-karat gold. Isn't that fantastic? 18-karat gold for our moonstone ring. Yeah, I am shocked too. $59.99 is not going to be. Let's just make it $4,999. Great deal as well, in addition to our 2 smaller ones of today. I mean, this one is almost triple the size of the Asher. So we gotta bring the value as well. All right. Moving on. We got a little bit sidetracked with the moonstones here, so let's bring it back to something a little bit different, shall we? Next up, we have, what do we got here? Looks like these might be verifying. I see operators on the phone, but maybe it's about something from earlier today, which is perfectly fine as well. So let's move on from the 6-carat for now and bring something that I haven't seen in quite some time. We've got some fire opal earrings today. Yeah, we don't usually get these very often, and when we do, they usually sell it pretty quickly. I turned the lever backwards, but because that's the way it wants to sit. But that is a yellow diamond and a lever back on there. Hold on, give me a second. Got a little bit twisted. Yeah, earrings are a bit hard to display, but this is going to be item number 1124149. So it has been here for a little bit. And this is our 2-carat 31 total weight oval fire opals. So you're getting about a carat 15 each ear. And you have 31 points total weight in the pear-shaped yellow diamonds, so about 15 points each, with 45 points in white diamonds in that single halo and all along the lever back. So we don't usually see fire opal earrings, and there is a reason for that. Usually with the color, they tend to very, very, I mean, very as in V-A-R-Y and then V-E-R-Y, but they tend to vary pretty often. Let's say it like that. They're not always exactly the same. So fire opal earrings, we don't usually do very many of them. If we do, we like to keep them in as simple as possible, just do a simple stud. So it's amazing that we got some drops for you. And because this is probably the second or third time we've had drops, we set it in something that's a little bit more abnormal. I mean, not too abnormal. We still want to keep them wearable. You have just a simple single halo on either side, but then you add those yellow diamonds just to really bring out the warmth in that stone. And yeah, we brought these down to a brand new low for today only, and I'm very excited to bring them to you. And this is for anyone who's been waiting for your fire opals but are perhaps not a stud person, you're more of a drop. This is going to be your drop. It's 1.25 inches from top to bottom. So again, it does drop a little bit, but not so much so that it would tangle in your hair or anything, but it's still got that presence. And first time it was up here, which was about, what, 3 years ago, according to the item number, it was supposed to go out at $39.99 because, you know, we don't get fire opal earrings very often, and our jewelers don't want to go through the hassle of finding one perfect stone and then having to wait 2, 3, 4 months for the next perfect stone. So usually every time we get one, we just set it into a ring. And yeah, $39.99 what it was supposed to go out 3 years ago at old pricing. That's what I have on my bag today. And yet we're not going to keep it at $39.99, even though we really, really should. It's not going to be $39.99, not going to be $29.99, not even going to be $19.99 for our one-of-a-kind fire opal earrings. And we do only have one, and they do have to stay in the white and yellow gold because of those yellow diamonds. We want to keep it in the white and yellow. But yeah, not going to be $19.99. Brand new markdown for today, and probably today only, because once management gets a better look at this bag, they're going to have to raise the price all over again. We're just going to make it $16.99. $1,699. And speaking of things that aren't rings, I actually do have 2 pearl pendants that are the same price, even though one is a Tahitian, one is a golden pearl. Maybe I'll do that one next, maybe. And yeah, $16.99 for these. One only fire opal earrings. And let me go ahead and pick one up just so you can see what it looks like on the hand with the drop, how the drop looks like on the hand. One moment, there we go. As you can see, it still has quite a bit of a drop to them, and they are called fire opals for a reason, because as you wear them, the glow and the fire of the color really does pop. It just seems to look, it just winks at you every few seconds. My goodness. It is a gorgeous pair of earrings, and especially if, you know, the red in this is truly one of a kind. All right, back on the wheel it goes. Fire opal earrings. Probably going to be one of the last times we ever have fire opal earrings, especially in a drop. Oh my goodness, this one does not want to stay still. All right. Moving on. Still have quite a few pieces to get through today. So let's just keep bringing you values on probably things that we really should update the prices on. I keep saying that, but it is true, because this next item is something I'm sure that we should have raised at least a year ago, and yet they're still here at its old price. So let's just bring these away for right now and bring out another piece that should have been shipped off to a museum long ago, but it's still here, and we're hopefully not going to keep it here. This is item number 1122869. This is one of the very last Mahenge pink spinels we have. This is our 1.5 carat, 1.53 to be exact, pear-shaped Mahenge pink spinel with a carat 47 in diamonds all around it, set in our iconic signature mounting. And it has been quite some time since we've had a neon pink spinel because the price has been going up like crazy. Similarly to how Paraibas tend to be, the price of Paraibas tend to be going up exponentially. This is another one where in recent times, this one has, the price has skyrocketed. And we're so happy to be able to bring you this value, probably because it looks like we haven't had this on at least in the last 4 or 5 years. I say that because we didn't have it entered in, and yet there must have been some miscommunication because this was marked down yet again. We really need to stop marking things down that hasn't even seen the air yet. 1.5 carat Mahenge pink spinel, very, very difficult to find. Anything that breaks a carat nowadays, you're looking at somewhere over $5,000 a carat, I believe, is the current going rate for anything above half a carat. And then of course, once it breaks 1 carat, it goes up even more. And yet, so 1.5 carats with all the gold, all the diamonds, we were supposed to let this one go for $19,999. I feel like that's a pretty fair price for this. You get all the diamond weight of the signature mounting. I mean, a carat and a half in diamonds. You get, signature mounting is also pretty gold heavy. Let me just turn it around just so you can see. The band is not a teeny tiny band in the back. It's pretty wide all around. It's fully finished in the back. So that takes gold as well. And has a full set under gallery, so you know it's not an uncomfortable ring. For such a large, important stone, we couldn't have it start digging into your hand or anything like that. So $19,999 is what it was supposed to go out for when it was supposed to be on here 5 years ago. And yet, that is not going to be our prices today. $19,000 it is not. It's not even going to be $99.99 for our 1.5 carat pear-shaped Mahenge pink spinel. Yeah, and I'm saying the word neon, that is the perfect way to describe it. This is a true neon highlighter pink. Everyone has that phase when they're growing up when they just love their neons just because it's so bright and your eyes always getting drawn to it and it just takes up anything else in your field of vision. And that is true for this spinel. And it's not even going to be $9,999. It's not going to be $8,999 or even $79.99 for this. And management specifically told me this morning when I came in to mention that once all of our spinels leave our inventory, we're probably never going to be able to get them again, at least not for the price that we used to and are going to do. So $79.99, it's not going to be, let's just make it $69.99. This is one of the greatest deals on spinels that you will ever see in the coming future, and probably one of the best ones we've done to date. $69.99 for a 1.5 carat Mahenge pink spinel. And it looks like we have a request coming up for a diamond band for Patricia. Wow. Patricia's got good taste. And yeah, I have a feeling this will go quickly. All right. I don't want to keep Patricia waiting for too long, so let's just give this a minute and just let it simmer for a bit. I feel like it needs its time to shine. We'll give it a minute. It's just so we can give it double the time it was supposed to get on a couple years ago. We want to keep it, keep it fair for every single piece of jewelry. And did she ask for this specifically, or did she just want a diamond band? I think she asked for this one specifically, which means she's seen it before. Okay. Yes, and there was, I'm a very forgetful person. I think I did also have a Mahenge pink spinel that I was supposed to show a couple days ago that I didn't get a chance to. So if you guys did want it, I believe it was an oval. If you wanted to see that, if maybe pear shapes aren't your thing, we can go ahead and bring that one out too. It's no biggie. Okay. Let's move on from this one. Next up, Patricia's request, and just Patricia have good taste because she wanted to see one of our iconic yellow diamond bands. This is item number 1130143. This is specifically our 3 carat total weight cushion yellow diamonds. So 5 stones, 3 carats. That means each stone is about 60 points. Pretty significant. This is probably one of the biggest diamond bands, yellow diamond bands that we've had, and I mean we've had a lot. I think we've had 5 or 6 in the last 3 months. So she really picked the best of the best here. And this one for 3 carat diamond band, we just had one the other day. It wasn't a diamond band, it was a diamond ring with smaller diamonds. And they were going pretty much at the same price for these, even though it's the same carat weight. These are bigger stones, so that should tell you something about the value we're about to do on them. These were originally valued at over $14,817, but Patricia has seen these before. She knows that's not what the price is or was or ever will be here at TVON. I mean, by next year that probably will be the price, but as of right now, we're not gonna do that for you. Or do that to you, not for you. So 14,000, it is not going to be. I'm sure she's seen this before. I don't want to waste too much time on it. And I'm sure she just wants to see it on the air. She probably knows the price already. Let's just make it $29.99 for those of you who haven't seen it before and would like to place an order on them, because I think we are very, very limited on them currently. And I'm sure that once we sell out of the stock we have, they're probably going to have to recalculate the price. Yeah. $29.99 for our 3 carat diamond band, 60 points each stone. I want to clarify that it's 60 points only because I was talking to someone the other day and I had another Freudian slip. I managed to convince myself that 3 carats total with 5 stones each meant 30 points a stone. My math was off completely. So I'm just saying it just so also I remember for when I have to talk about this ring, I'm sure during customer service in the next coming weeks. $29.99 for Miss Patricia. All right. I hope that is the one she's asking about. We do have other variations of the yellow diamond band, so perhaps if maybe that's not the shape she's looking for or the carat weight she's looking for, we can pull out the other ones too. We can just make it a yellow diamond band extravaganza. Okay. And we already had fire opal earrings today, so why not bring out a ring to maybe not perfectly match it, but you know, to complement it. So let's move the diamond band out of the way for a second and bring out a fire opal ring. Ooh. I don't think I've seen this ring yet, which is shocking. I've seen most of our fire opals. This is item number 1127914. This is our 4 carat 54 pear shape fire opal with 1 carat 06 in diamonds on either side. This almost looks like a signature mounting except with no halo. So if you are a fan of our signature mounting but perhaps are not a huge diamond heavy person, this is kind of the best loophole for that. Most of our signature mounting is usually known for its diamonds, but this is kind of the perfect opposition to that. Yes, 4.5 carats. So this is one of our, I would say, medium-sized fire opals, because I know for a fact we have some really big ones. But it's not small by any means, any stretch of the imagination. 4.5 carats in a very, very, it's hard to find a signature mounting that you can be considered simple. I feel like that's just kind of, those two words don't go together because of all the diamonds it usually has, but that stone itself really does hold its own. I mean, it's so clean, so clear. The color is so true. My mother always talks about when things are just perfect, she just says they're very genuine. I mean, all of our stones are genuine, but I can't think of a translation for it. But it's just, it's a very true red vermilion. It's a true vermilion. That's the shade of red it is. And I mean, in my culture, red is always a very, very lucky color. In fact, for me, supposedly, I'm supposed to be wearing a lot of red this year. I mean, sometimes I break it, but I mean, I have red nails right now, so at least it's always a piece of red on me. So if you're looking for a little bit more luck in your life, this would be a fabulous way to bring luck into your life, I think. And this one, last time it was up here, it was up for $49.99, but we brought it down to a great new low for you. So $49.99, it will not be. It won't even be $39.99 for this one-of-a-kind fire opal. And this one, we can only do one. I wish we could do a million of them because we want to spread the luck and love here. But unfortunately, it's only for one of you. Perhaps we can find another red fire opal for anyone else who wants it. And yet, $39.99, it is not going to be. Let's just make it $2,999. Brand new markdown today. It's my last show, hopefully for the foreseeable future. And what a great way to go out is with a pear-shaped fire opal. Let me try it on for you. And look at that. I called it a medium one earlier, but compared to my hand, it looks positively massive. That is quite a stone. And yeah, that is such a true red color. This will definitely bring luck to anyone in your life. And it is stunning. And as you can see, the signature mount is truly, it's not the star of the show. Usually that's what the signature mounting is. It's the signature. But this one is truly taking a back seat here. I mean, it's still glistening and glimmering, but that opal really does stand on its own. And I think it's truly the perfect, it's the only way a signature mounting can be considered minimal, can be considered subtle. This is as subtle as a signature mount gets. And back on the wheel it goes. That is correct. If there's anything that you haven't seen on the air, but maybe you've just seen it in passing, or honestly, I'm someone who shops online a lot, you can always do that at TVON.com as well. We have now included that as a function to all of our channels. Okay. Moving on from the fire opals, we are officially in our last hour of the show. So, you know, we're in the home stretch. Is that the correct way to use that sports term? I'm not a sports person, so I wouldn't know. But anyways, moving on from fire opals, but back to something that speaking of things that we haven't really seen in recent times, this is a Tsavorite. I don't think we've had a Tsavorite recently, so I'm very excited to bring this one out. This is item number 1128951. This is our 1.47 cushion Tsavorite with 11 points in baguette white diamonds and 7 points in round white diamonds. And for a Tsavorite, isn't this a magnificent color? Sometimes when I think of Tsavorites, I think of something that's a lot more of a yellow green. This is definitely more on the true green spectrum. We don't usually see Tsavorites with this sort of tonality, which is very, very interesting. And I don't think we've had this on yet, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it is a decently new / old item number 1128951. Maybe, I'm sure once people know more about TVON, there will be someone who keeps track of when item numbers debut. But yeah, this is such a cute little dainty ring. I mean, 1.47, very easy size to wear, with all the diamond weight still quite minimal, but you know, with the baguettes, it's just easy to have that. I'm blanking on the word. That variety in sparkle that we've had quite a few pieces today with the baguettes, I think. And this one is no slouch compared to all of those. Just a classic single halo, but with the baguettes, it just looks so very different. We've seen this mounting quite a lot in recent times, and I am going to be so sad the day we decide to discontinue this style, because probably the cost is going to be way too high. We can't bring it at the values we want anymore. But today is not that day. And this one, when it was up here, it was supposed to go out at $39.99. But we're not going to do that price today for our probably the best Tsavorite I have ever seen. And I've seen some really great Tsavorites. I've seen huge ones, I've seen really, really deep in color, but this is just such a true green color. I think it's just, as of recent memory, this is probably the best one, at least in a ring. $39.99 it's not going to be, however. This one, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Let me just try it on for you. Ooh, it's a little bit small on my hand, but that's okay. This is what it looks like on the hand. As you can see, even on the hand, it's glowing and glistening in that true bottle green color. Hunter green? No, it's not more. It's not really as muted as a hunter. Yeah, I would say it's more of a bottle green. It is very easy to mistake. I didn't even think it was a Tsavorite when I first saw it. I had to double check to make sure my eyes weren't deceiving me. And yeah, not even gonna be $39.99 or $29.99. Or even $19.99. This is truly has been marked down to a crazy new low. Back on the wheel it goes. Ooh, another one that doesn't want to leave me. $19.99, it's not. Let's just make it $1,499. We are nearing the end here, so we gotta bring the extra special deals for the end of the show. $14.99. For our one-of-a-kind Tsavorite. All right, and just because we're near the end doesn't mean I don't still have some new pieces up my sleeve. I feel like maybe it's good to save a couple of the new for the end, just for someone who for those who like to pop in near the end of the show. So yeah, we can do a couple more of those today. All right, let's move on from the Tsavorites for now. And next up, we have some diamond earrings. I don't think we've had diamond earrings yet. I mean, we've had rubies, we've had golden quartzes, we had fire opals even, but I don't think we've had a diamond earring yet. And this is brand new today for one color only as well. We really like to do, we're really doing the one-off deals for this week. This is brand new, item number 1130778. This is our 1.5 carat total diamond weight white diamond earrings in the yellow gold. So if you're a yellow diamond, or not yellow diamond, yellow gold lover with just classic white diamonds, this is kind of a great pair to go with. I mean, it's just a classic stud. You have those interlocking loops, and it's just gorgeous. 1.5 carats too, so you're getting 75 points in each ear. Yeah, this is probably, we've had a lot of great diamond deals in the last couple days. This is going to be up there. And that, just the way that, I mean, I feel like if it was in white gold, it wouldn't look quite the same. Yellow gold really is what it would do best in. Yeah, and an 18 karat gold too. So really upgraded the gold there for just one of you today. And this one was supposed to go out at $49.99, but it is one of my last deals I get to do today. So we're gonna do something kind of special for one of you. And these are also, again, we're doing the trend of studs where they're not teeny tiny button studs today. We're just doing the bigger, more statement studs. And yeah, they're about 1/2 inch from top to bottom. If I thought I heard someone ask about measurement, yeah, it's about 1/2 inch from top to bottom. So again, like I said, not teeny tiny, still got some presence to them, and not going to be $49.99 or $39.99 or even $29.99 for these one-of-a-kind earrings. 1.5 carat. Usually when we have 1.5 carat earrings, they usually get out the door at $29.99. That's usually the price we go for, but that's not even going to be our price today. It's not even going to be $19.99, which is kind of crazy for something brand new. And $19.99, it's almost like when you go to those big box stores, you can kind of tell if the price is at its lowest based on the last couple numbers. Usually for us, it's 3 nines. That's how you know it's the first time it's been on, or if it's been here for a while. Yeah, $29.99 or $19.99 is not the price either. which is what it should have been, but I think management might have thought we showed these already, but we did not. So yeah, if they thought it was a markdown, it is a markdown. So just an extra special deal for one of you. Let's just make it $1,599. $15.99 for the diamond interlocking loop earrings. Super, super fun. Very, very classic style. Honestly, interlocking loops, you wouldn't think I would consider it classic, but I do think it is. It almost looks like a triple Venn diagram in each ear. Do you guys remember when you were in elementary school and you had to do Venn diagrams of everything? Yeah, this is the Venn diagram of diamonds, but because they are all diamonds, they all just end up in the middle. $15.99, one-off deal, another one-off diamond deal. Let's get it out of here. All right. And next up, we have another piece that's a little bit of a throwback, but not by much, because I remember, I believe it was early this year or end of last year when green Paraibas were making it, or were re-trending, I should say. They were here and then we didn't see them for a while and then they came back. So I thought we'd just bring it back once again to some green Paraiba. So let's move on from the earrings for now and bring out and reintroduce our green Paraibas. Look at that. This is item number 1126120. This is going to be our 5 carat 90 cushion green Paraiba pendant with 8 points in diamonds and that singular stripe at the bottom there. Wowza. And I'm just holding it so you can really clearly see that stone and that mounting over there in that sort of pear shape with a cushion. A very, very interesting way to mount that. You would think we'd put a pear shape in this mounting, but we decided to go with a cushion and just to offset the curvature and pointiness of the pear. Oop, my tweezers just slipped. We just add the singular stripe of 2 diamonds. So this one is a very, very interesting. I mentioned how we had a pear shape or a round white diamond necklace the other day that sort of dropped. It was formed into a pear shape similar to this one. It was smaller, but it does. This one is just keeps getting away from me there. This one does still give that similar effect. So when you wear it on the neckline, it almost gives the illusion that you're wearing a keyhole neckline, or maybe you are wearing a keyhole neckline and it just drops down and just peeks out through. It just looks very, very high class, high brow. And of course you got that green Paraiba or copper bearing tourmaline. We know and love our Paraibas here, are different colors, which you don't really see anywhere else. Usually you just see that sort of neon blue. And even those you're seeing less and less of by the day. And this one is a true spring green hue. And pretty clean for a Paraiba. As you can see, you can still see through to the back of the stone. I mean, Paraibas are naturally included, so this one is actually quite clean by Paraiba standards. And this one is supposed to go, I mean, it's a 5 carat 90. It was supposed to go out for $89.99. Even if you were to get half that size, $89.99 would be a steal. And yet, this one with old pricing, this one is also another that didn't get the price updated. $89.99 is not even going to be our price today for the green Paraibas. It's not going to be $89 or $79 or $69 or even $59.99. At $59.99, you're looking at $1,000 a carat. $1,000 a carat, you can't find Paraibas like that anywhere, unless you're looking at maybe little micro 1-2 pointers. That's probably the price those are going for. At $1,000 a carat, that's the type of size you're going to get anywhere else, but not here. You're getting a almost 6 carat stone for $6,000, and we're not even stopping there. Let's keep going. Not going to be $59 or $49 or even $3,999. So we effectively, yeah, it's effectively going to be around $500 a carat, and that's not even where we're stopping. Let's just blow it out. One lucky caller, we're going to get it out of the door for $36.99. fantastic value for quite a large stone, if I do say so myself. Let me just show it against the hand so you'll know what kind of size we're talking about in terms of how much it drops. It's about 1¼ carat, so not a small pendant by any means, and all for the low price of $36.99. Yeah, and the way the gold is mirror finished, it looks black right now because I'm in the light and the studio is in the dark, but when you wear it, you will normally clearly see the white gold, and because of the way it is, it just reflects and shines beautifully. $36.99, and back on the wheel it goes. All right. We've got about 45 minutes left. I feel like now I'm just counting down the days until I can stop talking for the rest of the day, which feels like a million miles away, but we're getting there. Okay. And this one is still here. And let's just bring back this. I just flashed it really quickly earlier. I think it might be time to just show it one more time because it really deserves more than the 2 seconds I put it up for earlier. As a reminder, this is item number 1126478. This is the only Paraiba bracelet we've had and probably will ever have. And this is also still going with old pricing. If you want to take a look at the bag, hold on. Let's see. If you want to take a look at the bag, it's super faded. You can't even really see it. You know what? I'm not even going to show it because you can't see anything through the cameras. I can almost barely read it. But the price that we have on this bracelet, it was $243,102. We went straight down to the dollar. That is the price that you would get anywhere for this bracelet, anywhere else. Retail, wholesale, because you can't really get Paraibas at a wholesale value. That is what the price is looking like anywhere else. And yet, TVON really wanted to bring the exceptional, the really, really rare pieces to you guys sitting at home, because when else would you guys ever be able to go to a private auction or a collector and just see museum level jewelry? We really wanted to bring this to you at a great value. So the price I have written on my bag is basically $128,000. It's actually so $123,999. That's the price I have written on my bag currently. But we really want this to go to someone who's really passionate about their Paraibas, is really passionate about their rare. So if you are curious about it, you can always call in about what the price is, what we're looking for, or what we can do for you, I should say. So just give us a call about the off-air, and we will go ahead and work with you to make your jewelry dreams come true. I can tell you it will be under 90 grand. And that sounds like quite a large number still, but if you are curious about it, I feel like I should just bring it out here. It will be under $90,000, yes. Yeah, that's a great one, the brooch pendant, sure. Yeah, they said, I don't want to see Paraibas, I want to see the Rubellite brooch, of course. So yes, call in for the off-air on this one. Next up, we have the Rubellite pendant again, which perfect because I think my camera's already set up to show the whole thing. I'm holding it by the bottom. I should really hold it by the bail. Okay, this was item number 1123681. Yes, 3681. It says it's in rose gold. It is not in rose gold, it's in white gold. And this is our 2K18 oval Rubellite. So, like I said earlier, it is an oval Rubellite, but because of the way the gold is molded with the mirror finish, it looks like it's almost a fancy cut floral shape, but it's not, it's an oval. And of course you have those white diamonds as well as those yellow sapphires. So it's really just a great collection of stones here, set in probably one of the most intricate brooches we have. I did see someone online say that they were asking if the dragonfly brooch from the other day is available. It is. So you can call your operators about that one as well. If you want to see it, we can go ahead and do a little recap of that one as well. But this one, let's focus on one request at a time. This is a 2-carat 18 stone oval rubellite. Usually our rubellites usually come in the elongated emerald cuts or baguettes, but we were very excited to bring this oval and set it in such a designer mounting. And like I said, it is a brooch, so let me just turn it around so you can see what the brooch part actually looks like. This is what it looks like on the back, and yes, the pin is placed lower from where the bail is, but you can always wear it upside down if you would like. Like I said, I think that's also a very interesting look. Let me just show you what it looks like. You could wear it like this, and I'm just realizing because I'm holding it this direction, there's actually is a bail here too, so you can wear it in this direction if you would like as well. I think it looked really cool. It almost be looking like you're wearing one of those bolo tie clasps. I think that's a very interesting look as well. And it looks like this one is gone, so thank you very much. Let me just set this down. I know this one is sold, so I just want to be clear. But let me just bring out the next piece that I have. But yes, for $16.99, if you needed the price there, Allison. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this away for now. And yeah, for now, forever, it's gone. And next up, we have something we have seen a lot in the last couple days, but I thought I'd bring another one out just for you guys just today. I don't think this has been on the air yet before. This is item number 1128-204. I almost flipped the numbers around, but it's 8204. This is a pear-shaped Brazilian Paraiba in quartz, which I don't think I've seen it in the pear shape quite yet. This is a 2-carat 47 pear-shaped Brazilian Paraiba in quartz with 67 points and diamonds all around it in this sort of highway style looking mounting. And as I mentioned with the previous Brazilian Paraiba in quartz, they're all a little bit different. They're never all the same. So this one has more of that sort of splotches of Brazilian Paraibas, and then the quartz is just kind of encasing it. And you do have the purple, my goodness, I actually know the name of it. It's a mineral that's got encased when you mine the stone, but I can't think of the name of which one it is right now. So if anyone knows in the comments, because I know we have a lot of gem aficionados in our audience, so if you know what it is, please write it down, because I honestly don't know. I can't remember what it is, but I do think it makes it look super cool. It's almost more like artwork versus a stone. Yeah, it looks like someone just took their paintbrush and just made strokes of ink throughout the quartz, which I think is really, really interesting. And it's only fitting that a piece of art stone like the Brazilian Paraiba quartz is given an artwork stroke type of ring. And yeah, that's what we did with this one. I feel like each mounting, we really have to carefully place it with each stone. Otherwise, it just clashes too much with each other. And for this Brazilian Paraiba quartz, it is smaller in comparison to the ones we've had in the last couple days. So we're going to do something quite special on it. It was supposed to be for $39.99. I mean, it is Brazilian Paraiba. After all, you would think it would be a lot more. But yeah, it was supposed to go out for $39.99. But we really want to do something special for this one because it is so unique and special. We don't really have a ring like this, not even stone, just the ring. I don't think I've seen this mounting before, shockingly enough, but you can actually change the gold color if you'd like. This is in the 14-karat white, but you can't get it in yellow or rose gold. I mean, I personally wouldn't do that. I think the quartz and the blue is already so cool toned. I would just keep it with the white gold just to maintain that. But if you disagree, feel free to change the gold color into something you would like. But $39.99 is not, it's not even gonna be $29.99. This is truly a one of a kind. I mean, I don't think you're gonna go to the Gap and find someone wearing the exact same ring as you with this one. $39.99 or $29.99, I already said $29.99, is not going to be, let's just make it $1,999. $19.99. $19.99. My tongue is starting to think I'm just running in circles. Let me just show this against the hand because it is such a cool ring. Look at that. Yeah, if I could, I would get that tattooed on my hands. It does look like it's someone just drawn on your hand. It's so cool, and that with the way that the Brazilian Paraiba, the one we chose, it's just so cool and interesting. It almost looks like tie-dye. If anyone's ever been a DIYer at home, it just looks like someone just, or water marbling, it looks like someone just decided to drop little paint blobs in the middle of that stone, and it is quite an exceptional piece. $19.99. It is for one color only. And back on the wheel it goes for this one. Yeah, I think I do quite like it in white gold. I'm not usually a white gold person, but for this one, I think white gold is the way to go. All right. Let's keep it moving. We only have about 35 minutes left in today's broadcast, so we really have to make all of those minutes count. And let's keep it up with what we haven't seen, at least I haven't seen, in our inventory recently. Now this next one is also another very special stone that we don't see really anywhere else. Wow. I know we had a Kunzite earlier, and you might, upon first glance, think this is a Kunzite, but in fact, it's actually a pink diaspor from Afghan. This is item number 1120527, also quite old. This is our 10 karat 11 emerald cut pink diaspor with 10 points in pink diamonds in that center band and 70 points in white diamonds on either side of it. So this, yeah. The Alexandrite bracelet, sure. I guess we're taking a pause on pink diaspor for right now then. But yes, that is all the information on that one. 1 second. The Alexandrite bracelet, I think, is still here. Just give me a moment. Let me see where that one went. Who is that asking about it? All right, thank you, Julietta. All right, let's just move this one aside for the moment and bring out the Alexandrite bracelet. This one, right? Yeah. So this one, like I said, it has 10, I think it's 10, but I can count if you want a specific number. This is, oh, I'm like trying to get it in frame. This is item number 1123504. This is our 72 point total round Alexandrites with 69 points in diamonds. So, and this one was $24.99. If you'd like it, you can still get it in the white gold. And this is such an exceptional bracelet. Yeah, this is really, really cool. And it's so modern and fun. It's almost whimsical in a way. And it does still have that color change. And it's quite a good color change. I've seen it in the, yeah? Yeah, sure. So if you can see in the back, I'm trying to do it while also looking at the monitors and the ring. There's a single figure eight. Let me just show it here. There's a single figure 8, so that's just for extra security. You just pop that open. So it's open like that. And then as you can see, you see that little vertical line? That is the button. You press it and then you just pull. So that is what the closure looks like. There you go. Does that help her? And I'll just show what it looks like against the wrist while I have it open. I didn't get a chance to do this earlier. But this is what it looks like against the wrist. As you can see, total completely mirror finish gold. And the Alexandrites just coming through on the wrist with the diamonds as well, of course. All right, back on the wheel it goes. I'm just gonna have to hold it up because I don't wanna have to close it again. Yeah, oh, this one's gone. Thank you very much. Okay, that's awesome. And we still, and wow, let's just keep it moving, shall we? I'm sorry, you're looking at an empty wheel right now. I don't wanna get anyone confused, but let's keep it going with an item I haven't seen yet, but I think you guys may have, but I think it's very unique. It's quite cool. We already had a black opal pendant today, but I thought it'd be cool to bring these black opal earrings. There's actually 2 of them, but because they don't stand on its own, I will have to hold them. This is item number 1130605. This is our, it doesn't have a carat weight because as you can see, the opals are actually inlaid. So we couldn't get a carat weight on them, but they are specially made and carved to fit this earring. And it has 51 points in diamonds. We do have the carat weight of the diamonds. And yeah, these are quite special. Almost, it looks almost, it's very whimsical. And throughout the entire earring, you truly see the blues and the greens. It almost looks like a topographical map of the world. It's quite cool. It looks like the ocean and pieces of land, does it not? And this is probably, we've had a couple of inlaid pieces in the past. I remember we had a seahorse pendant, which I guess is technically one of our critters. But this is the first one I've had that I think is just a design. And it's a very cool design. It's pieced together in a way it almost looks like, yeah, it's basically a puzzle almost. Or stained glass or anything like that. Have you ever just smashed a piece of glass and then try to put it back together with the gold? There's a special technique for that in Japan. It's a way that they fix things while trying to make it new without having to buy. It's their, I'm not explaining this very well, but it's their attempt at reusing things that are broken. And basically, it's for ceramics. If you break it, you usually use gold and mix it with resin, and you use it to fill in the cracks. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And for something like this, it takes a lot of labor and a lot of time to perfectly get the edges to match up flush with the gold. So for something like this, our original price, it was supposed to go out at $49.99. Because I mean, this is only one earring, and it's already so detailed and intricate, and because they are earrings, there's 2. And $49.99 is what they were supposed to go out for, and these are also not small earrings at all. Let me just show it against the hand just so you can see exactly what kind of length we're talking about. So they are they have quite a significant drop. They're about 2 inches from top to bottom. Yeah, 2 inches from top to bottom. So they do have quite a bit of length to them, and even from a distance you can still see the different flashes of blue and green. And yet we still brought it down to a low price today. And the contrast of the white diamonds and the mirror finished gold is just it's a good balance, I think. And it's not going to be $49.99 or even $39.99. I have a sign here where $39.99, it has that big circle and an X. Not going to be $39.99. Brand new markdown today. Let's just make it $3,699 for our inlaid black opal earrings. Back on the wheel they go. Yeah, these are truly one of a kind. It's a very special piece. And we don't have anything quite like it in terms of anything, let alone black opals. Okay. I mean, we had a bit of a Moonstone moment today, but I only showed rings. I do have another pendant that I didn't get a chance to show yet, so why not? I'm just going to bring it out for you guys. Just one moment. All right, inlaid black opals. Next up, we do have a brand new Moonstone pendant, which I don't think we have very many of. We have a lot of rings and we've had earrings, but I don't think I've had a pendant yet. So I'm very excited to bring it out for you. And this one is definitely more on the, simple side. Oh my goodness, it's not letting me hold her. It's running away, and now there's a fingerprint right in the middle of the stone. That's amazing. but I'm too far away to reach the cloth, so I guess we'll just have to deal with it for today. This is item number 1130180, but even though there is a fingerprint right in the middle of the stone because I was trying to get it through the tweezer, this is still quite a radiant stone. As soon as I put it on the air, you can see that the light just shines beautifully throughout that entire thing. You can see all the reds and the purples quite clearly. You see that true icy blue. And this is definitely more of the classic style, yet still quite diamond heavy. So 5 carat 30 for the center stone, and then 79 points overall in the diamonds. So you have a double halo and just the bail, keeping it super, super simple. But I mean, with a stone that has that much shine, we don't want the mounting to overtake the stone. And I believe last time we had this up here, it was $59.99, because this one we did bring before. I thought it was new, but I guess not. Oh, my monitor just flashed, but that's okay. But $59.99 it is not going to be, and yes, it is 1 inch from top to bottom, so you know it's not a small stone by any stretch of the imagination. And yet it's not going to be $59.99 or even $49.99. Let me just show it against the hand. I mean, 5 carat 30 stone, this is probably the largest piece, no, the second largest piece that I've had today. We had the two 2 carat rings, and then we had one that was 6 carats. So this is just kind of in the middle right there. 5 carat 30 square cushion, and not going to be for $49.99. It is newer to our inventory, so we really want it to get out of here. I mean, it's already the second time it's been on the air. My goodness, it's gotten a lot of attention already. And yet it's still here, so it's not going to be $49.99. Let's make it $3,999 for the Moonstone pendant. And back on the wheel it goes, $39.99 for the Moonstone pendant. And I will have to like slide my hand up because it's starting to do its thing where it gets way down by the jewelry and likes to go straight to the neck of the tweezers. Okay. And yes, I mean, this has been here for a little bit, so we thought we'd give it one last look before things like this usually go on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm feeling it will go on one of those days. So let's just get it one last farewell before it finds its forever home. And let's go back to something that I was starting to show before we got a request. We have our pink diaspor. This was the 10 karat 11, item number 1120527 from 10 karat 11 emerald cut pink diaspor with 10 points in pink diamonds and 70 points in white diamonds. I got another fingerprint on this. Oh my goodness. There we go. Much better. And this one also got brand new marked down today. I mean, it's been here for, I want to say, almost 6 years at this point, because I remember when we first got this stone, we had a very limited few, and all of them went pretty much within the first month of us actually getting them. And this one is, I'm sure, was just an anomaly, or maybe just kept getting overlooked because all the other ones were here. It was just too many choices, and this one was the odd man out, but we're giving it redemption arc today. So this was one of the larger ones we had at 10 carats, and we just set it in this very classic style, pink and white diamond, because they are that sort of, with pink diaspors, I mean, we all know and love our the regular color change diaspors. They are the yellow sort of sandy color. This is that true pinkish purple diaspor, and it still has that color change. So it changes under incandescent lighting. So if you ever have a normal diaspor and you put it under different lighting, you can see the different color change. This one will do that as well. And originally we had this up for $19,999, and yet it didn't go at that price because it's still here, shockingly. This is one of the larger ones. So usually larger stones tend to be a little bit more intimidating. So it has got a brand new markdown today with old pricing. And yeah, I did mention it was 5 years ago, right? Or 6 or 7. It was 6, let me think. 6 years ago. I'm trying to do the math in my brain. It was 6 years ago. And $19,999, it's not going to move it. It didn't move it. And I don't think it will today either. It really should, but we're not going to do it at that price. It's not even going to be $9,999 for this very classic style. I feel like it's just very easy to wear. I mean, this one has a wider band, so maybe if you're into the more solitaire style, but not so much with the teeny tiny band, this would be the way to go. And $99.99 it's not going to be, or even $89.99 or $79.99. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime discounted deal of my very last show ever, hopefully. $79.99, it will not be today. Let's just make it $6,999. $69.99 for our very last pink diaspor. I don't think we have any more after this one. So if you did miss out, or maybe you weren't a long-time customer, this is your one and only shot. $69.99. My gosh. Yeah, we actually got through quite a bit today. I mean, maybe my attempt at going through so many pieces has actually worked. I didn't think I got through that many about 20 minutes ago, but we did. I guess if there's a will, there's a way. All right, pink diaspor has had probably its last look here. So let's just move it on. Next up, we have, I mean, our Alexandrite bracelet from earlier in the show went, so I feel like we can bring out another bracelet for you guys all, maybe other than that gigantic Paraiba bracelet. We do, if you're more of a, not much of a color person, today I also got a classic diamond bracelet for you. Not a bangle, but a bracelet. And this is also brand new today. Very, very interesting white diamond bracelet. This is item number 1130819, so it is brand new, 1 carat 10 points total weight. And as you can see, it has these sort of interchanging, I apologize, my voice is starting to crack a little bit. You have these rectangles of diamonds and then just alternated with these cylinders with a single diamond. And this is just so it provides more movement to the bracelet. It just molds to your hand a lot better. And obviously these bracelets are meant to be worn on your wrist, so it's an oval. If it were formed straight like this, it looks a little bit odd, but as it curves, it just looks very natural. Almost gives it a scalloped feel. If you're a fan of a scalloped hem, this is the version of that if it were a bracelet. And for a 1 carat 10 bracelet, I don't think we have ever done, we can't do this price on wrist accessories anymore. I mean, even if you think about it, we have our Nailed It bangle, which is very, very popular here. If you'd like to see that, we can also bring that out before the end of the show. But that one only has a couple points. I think it's only about at most 10 or 20 points in diamonds. And yet this is 1 carat and 10 points, pretty much the same amount of gold. And it's going to be less than the price of that bangle. We did something kind of crazy on this. I can't believe we got it. It's 18 karat gold as well. So our Nailed It bangle is actually in 14 karat gold. This is in 18 karat gold. I mean, it does have to stay in the white gold, but we did something kind of crazy on this. Yeah, this one was supposed to go out at $59.99. That's the price I have here for this bracelet, and yet we're not going to do that. We are really into our diamond one-off deals today, so we're going to bring it down. And we're going to bring it down by quite a lot. And if you're curious, this is a 7-inch bracelet, so if you wear 6.5 to 7-inch, I believe it will fit you. Yeah, it will fit a 7-inch wrist, I should say. I can go ahead and measure it as well if you are curious about the exact length, but not going to be $59.99. or even $49.99. My goodness. This is such a fun and cute bracelet. It's very different from if we did a regular tennis bracelet. Tennis bracelets, yes, they are very classic, but I feel like maybe if you're not into the super hyper traditional, this will be a great alternative to that. It's still very simple and minimalistic, but not boring. It's not overdone. This is something that is very unique, and it's just a great alternative. Or even if you do have a tennis bracelet and you'd like to stack, I know wrist stacks are very, very in right now. It's usually with a couple of it's usually with a tennis bracelet, a bracelet with a different shape, and then usually a watch of some kind. That has been very, very in lately. So this could be an addition to your stack. But not going to be $49.99 or even $39.99 for a 1-carat-10 white diamond bracelet with all that gold, all those diamonds. We're going to make it $2,999. $29.99 for our one only diamond bracelet of the day. I don't think we didn't have any other diamond bracelets today. One-off diamond deal for today only. My goodness, my voice is starting to give up on me. Actually, that's not even true. I don't think it's just my voice box. It might also be my brain. My brain has officially left the building. My goodness. All right, and with that, we have about 15 minutes left in the show. I mean, I'm sure my feet are singing hallelujah, so good news for them. But of course, if you have any other questions, you can go ahead and ask us. We will be here for a couple minutes after the show as well. So anytime you have any last minute questions and think, oh, but they're going off the air soon, I don't want to bother them, go right ahead. It's not a bother at all. We are always here doing last minute things, cleaning up the studio and things like that. So that's always an option for you. And of course, if you do happen to miss us, just send us an email, send us a chat on our website. We do live chats. And the next time we see it, we'll just be able to answer you immediately. So you just have to wait a little bit to get the answer you need. But we are always happy to answer any and all of your inquiries. Okay. Now, one more item before the end of our show, or I should say our recap. We already had everything to offer in terms of moonstones. We've had smaller rings, we had bigger rings, and then we had a pendant. The only thing we had that's missing is a pair of earrings. So let's just remedy that right now, shall we? I do have one pair of earrings today that we're also going to do a fantastic deal on. So let's just bring this out for you. Next, we have a moonstone drop. We had moonstone studs earlier this week, but we haven't had moonstone drops yet, so this is very, very exciting for us. This one is going to be item number, that one's probably going to go up front. This is going to be item number 1130680, and like all the other moonstones we've had today, very, very exceptional stones. This one is definitely leaning more towards the blue-pink route versus the orange-reds. This is our 4-carat 23 total weight cushion moonstones with 32 points in diamonds on the lever back, as well as that little kite cut in the middle there. Yeah, this is definitely also a top quality moonstone. The flashes, you don't have to really hunt for them. They are there as immediately as you look at them. And these are a one only. We only have one, and they do have to stay in the white gold with those kite cut diamonds. I think we made these earrings especially for these stones. So they do have to stay in the 18-karat white, but I think they just look fantastic. I feel like with this moonstone, where the color palette tends to lean more cool, more blue tone, the white gold is the way to go. And these were supposed to go out for $69.99 for this pair of exceptional quality moonstones set in this very simplistic yet elegant mounting. It's a great way to do a drop. You just have a fancy color / cut diamond in the middle between the lever back and the stone. It just adds a little bit of extra length without adding too much bother to your hair, to your hands, anything like that. And of course you have that classic latch back. And $59.99 it is not going to be. $59.99 it is not. yeah, is this the first drop we've ever had? I'm trying to see if our operators remember. $59.99. I think these are the only Moonstone drops we've had. Maybe we've had ones that were like really, really big, but I can't recall at the moment. But it's not going to be $59 or $49 or even $3,999. Great low price for the first time they're ever on the air today. Let's just make it $2,999 for two of probably the most unique Moonstones we've had. This color palette, I don't think I've ever seen in a Moonstone quite yet. We usually see it, it's usually leaning blue, less of that sort of cool pink. It has more of that orangey red glow throughout it, but this one has true flashes of pink and blue. And let me just go ahead and show it on the hand. Let me just take this one in the back. And this is what it looks like on the hand. Like I said, it does still have quite a bit of a drop, about an inch from top to bottom, inch and a quarter, sorry, from top to bottom. And oh, it's deciding to move on me. It's trying to turn in the tweezers. But don't worry, it won't do that on the ear because your earring is, your ear is probably a lot thicker than these tweezers are. And yet, if I can get it to look straight into camera, you can still clearly see the different flashes of light throughout that stone. You see those clear blues, you can see those pinks. This is for those true ice princesses out there who really like their cool tones, which was me about 5 years ago. $29.99 for these spectacular earrings, and back on the wheel they go. And with that, we're at our last 10 minutes of the show, so we do have quite a bit still available, so we're gonna just bring those out for you, just in case anyone missed the beginning of the show. Let's just take these away for the moment, because they do tend to take up a lot of space. So yeah, we have our, of course, Radiant Cut Kunzite. I can't believe this is still here. One of my favorite pieces of the day, which is probably why I showed it first. I'm like one of those people who, if I really, really like something, or if I buy something new and shiny, I like have to wear it right away. I can't just keep it in my wardrobe for a long, long time. We have our big fire opal, pear-shaped ring. We have our museum level spinel, Mahenge spinel. Look at that. That is a gorgeous stone. I can't believe that's still here. That's old pricing markdowns right there. We have our highway Brazilian Paraiba in quartz. My God, that might be taking the cake as one of my favorites. We still have our golden quartz earrings. Let's just put that one over here. Those are also very spectacular. I don't think we've had anything quite like them. We have, this is something I didn't get a chance to show yet, but it is also new. If you are curious, you can always call in and ask about them. I'll be happy to give you all the information. We also have, our faceted crystal opals are also still here. This one, let's just put it right by the spinel, so maybe we don't have to put opal against opal. We don't want to make it too distracting. We also have our, I'm just going to talk about it because I can't bring it, pull it up, but we have our the biggest pink zircon we've ever had. The 32 karat pink zircon pendant is also still here. We've got our bicolor pendant with the lily. That is also still here as well. So we had a lot of great pieces today, and I can't believe I actually only have a couple pieces I didn't get to show. We made really good progress, guys. Okay. All right. Oh, that's probably not the best one to put on there. It sits quite low. But yes, yeah, we do have a couple pieces that I didn't get to show. Actually, there was a couple wheels I didn't feel confident enough to put up here, but that's okay. That's more for Lauren to show next week. And with that, we're at our last 8 minutes of the show. I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch us today, and thank you to everyone who called and shopped. Hopefully Lauren will be feeling up to doing the show next week for our very special debut Wednesday. So please mark your calendars and tune in for that, and continue to send her well wishes and get well soon. And of course, thank you to everyone and all the operators who were here just to spend the day with me. And I hope to see you guys sort of soon, but also not that soon. I feel like I do need some time to recover. And back on the wheel we go. And of course, if you've missed anything today, you can go ahead and call us before or even after the end of the show. We will be here for a few minutes. And yeah, and shop at TVON.com as usual. Shop and stream. Shop while you stream. We can always do that as well. And if you aren't already, you can always also, I should have mentioned this over the last couple days, but I'm just realizing this now. You can always subscribe to our email list. We have an email list where you get alerts for any of our new drops in case there's a Sunday or a Saturday or honestly any other day you miss any really big new releases. Our email list allows you to just be a part of everything that, you know, you might have missed in the show. It's great, and of course, just check it out. It's very, very cool, and we've gotten a lot of comments from our longtime viewers. It's just so much more convenient. They don't have to tune into every show just in case they have a family gathering, they have a previous obligation. It's a lot easier to have when you have a recap, and similar to how we have a wheel here. You don't have to sit through each and every presentation. You just kind of get a glance and then you can target what you're looking after. It's also great for gift giving I don't know about you guys, but I'm more of a drive-by shopper. I never know what I really want until I see it or I get to like experience it. So that's why for me, online shopping is kind of the ideal. So definitely check out TVON.com. And if you are a newer watcher, you can always also join our communities on YouTube and Facebook. We have quite an active TVON community on there, and they're always commenting, and it's such a great group of people. So go ahead and join that as well. Yes, any of these pieces are still here, and of course if you would like to, we can also stay after on our live broadcasts. We can extend the show a little bit, but that's only for our online viewers. Unfortunately on network TV, they cut us off after a certain time. So it is limited. Ooh, maybe I should just circle this bracelet along the back. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I don't think we've done that before. Yes, I'm slowly learning how to lay out all of these pieces on the wheel so that they are efficient yet, you know, aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, why not? We can use the Paraiba as almost like a little hug to bring everything together, just in case you forgot about it, because I know I will not be forgetting about that anytime soon. All right. Looks like we have some last minute requests, so hopefully we can bring them out before our timer runs out. But of course, if it does, you can always pop on over to our website, like I was saying. And yes, and our red barrels from the last couple days, we still have a couple left. So if you missed out on Wednesday or any of the other days and you're still looking for your perfect red barrel, you can also call us and ask about availability as well. Those are very super duper rare, and everything we have left is actually, except for the exception of one, we have all of the ones we have left are clearing a quarter of a carat, many of them over half a carat. So if you're truly looking for that museum quality, those are still here as well. So you can go ahead and call in and ask about those. And yes, looks like we're having some inquiries about the things on the wheel, which is, I suppose, the goal of doing these recaps, right? Yeah. Don't those Paraibas, even though they're in the back and the background, they're definitely not getting lost with all the other bling we have. And next to the Brazilian Paraiba and quartz, they just kind of go perfectly together, aren't they not? Did you have a question, Allison? Amazing. Yeah, everyone's so nice here at our TVON family. Mm-hmm. The green Tsavorite? That one, let's just do it for 1777. Yeah, that one was something I didn't get a chance to show, but I thought I'd just pop them in here for a little bit. And with that, we have about 2 minutes left in our broadcast. Wow, just last minute shopping. We can just, yeah, that's probably the only one I have room for too. There's 2 more that were in that wheel, but maybe we'll save those for another day. But yes, once again, if you guys missed the show today, or if you guys miss Lauren a lot, just tune in on Wednesday. She will be back. And yeah, I hope to see you guys all very soon. I know I will be talking to a lot of you guys very, very soon. And if not, I wish you well anyways. And if you guys have any other questions, we'll be here for a couple minutes after the show to go over everything and just talk about the rest of our days. We're a very close-knit family here at TVON. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Tune in on Wednesday and every Wednesday for the month of April, where we will be showing something very new and very rare every single week on Wednesday only. And I think we're also, every single week, they're like limited edition drops. I'm not sure though. They haven't given me all the information. That's all for management only. It's like a top secret. We have not heard a peep. And yes, looks like we're getting some last minute requests. So thank you, let's try that again. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for being here with me today on this Sunday morning. It's morning, not evening, but it feels like evening. And I hope to see you guys all very soon. We'll be back on Wednesday evening and the rest of the time then. And I will probably be in the phone banks, not up here. And that I will be happy to be back in front of my computer. And catch us on TVON.com, on YouTube, on Facebook, on any other way you like to consume your media. We'll be here and be happy to have you. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and rest of your everything. And stay safe, and yeah, have a happy day. Be happy. Goodbye.